Eons ago, during the age of the Magi.
Poppycock right now. In watching these fools dance about on behalf of the worthless Fire Guardian, I've been gathering my resources, building my power, and preparing. A moment to step away from their tale, and I'll give you a glimpse of mine. Oh, who am I, you ask? You'll find out soon enough. Hello, everybody! Welcome to a normal episode of Darkfire. It's all normal here. Nothing weird going on.
Sorry. I lasted 5 seconds before I had to say it.
We're here on Christmas Day. That doesn't mean anything. We're all here on Christmas Day because we had nothing better to do than to play D&D, and we thought, fuck it, let's throw on an episode. But it's a one-shot episode, which means it's not going to be part of the direct continuation of the story. I did so that people who have been watching the whole thing but are obviously going to be busy today because it's Christmas and they can't get to their computer to watch, or maybe won't have time during the next week to catch up. This is an episode that is not necessary to watch, to
yes, it is,
keep up with the main story and the main crew, and all that good stuff. I described it on Discord as Darkfire episode 20.5, the one-shot episode, which is a nice little bit of extra lore, but unnecessary for anything else, including Christmas. It's not even really a Christmas episode, even though we're here on Christmas Day. I went around the houses with about 15 different ideas, and I settled on DM lore. I was like, fuck it. If I were to run a thing, I'm just gonna run it for me. So we're gonna explore something together that will enhance your experience of the show as we continue on as of next week, if you see it. But if you don't see it, it's not a big deal. So those of you that are here, what's up? Welcome to a little extra, a little something extra for y'all. How are you people doing, players? We're missing a John. He's not here. He's got an actual family.
He just texted me. Just text me.
What did he say?
He just said, "Love you, my dude." Triple hearts.
Aww.
There we go. And what about my pure lore indulgence as a DM, though? And what about that? Huh? John Sam, man? Where are you?
I'm sending you a picture of us. Oh, too late. I already took a picture.
Oh.
I assume.
PB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume those of you that are here with us also have nothing better to do, or you've done all the Christmas things and are just sat there and too drunk or full to click buttons away from this horror show. But we're here. PB did a whole stream, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, for an hour. I chatted for an hour.
Are you even allowed to stream for just an hour? What's the minimum? Because I know you can't. The thing is, you can't just start your stream, say hello, and then end it. You get in trouble, right, for that?
What? Really?
I think so. Isn't there a minimum amount of stream time
true.
before you get in trouble?
Making it up right now.
Yeah, I've never
It could
heard
just
that.
be people that lie to me all the time because I lie to them on my stream. It's probably a really bad idea to come to me for any level of information.
That's probably exactly what's happening.
I never read the actual emails from Twitch. I just rely on the toxic chat to tell me precisely what the rules are. So I'm not sure what
Sounds like a great,
I'm not sure
like a really
what
great
they are.
You're so smart, Bradley.
I am. Thank you.
That should be your sub alert, Brad. PB uses you for her sub alert, and now you should use.
PB.
You're so smart, Brad.
You're so smart. You're like the smartest guy I've ever known.
Shut up, Brad. I don't
know.
want to hear you talking right now about how smart you are
I'm
anymore.
like super smart, Tiger. You don't
Stop!
understand.
It's so annoying.
I got a 406 on my SATs.
What? Let me guess. You've got 5 followers now.
I got 5 followers now.
5.
Do you know we don't call them SATs in England? We call them SATs, like a whole word. It's the same fucking test, but we call it SATs. We don't actually say SAT. How weird is that for you people, huh?
You're so special, Brad.
No, that's true. That's a British thing, isn't
I know. It's just so true.
it? Okay. All right. So they want all their characters to die today, I guess. Since everyone's sassing me, yeah. And your characters are expendable. Let's just jump right into it. Let's play some D&D.
Yay!
It's
Merry Christmas, me!
Merry Christmas, PB. And
Thank you.
Anyone else that cares? Please leave me alone, dog. Please. I need you to go and sit over there.
Oh wait,
So I can
look! Do you guys see my
Thank
cat
you.
in my actual baby cradle?
That was the best.
Is there something you want to tell us?
No, no. My grandpa made that for
You
me.
having
That was
kitchen?
my no.
Are you having kitchens?
No.
This is bullshit. I don't know.
Sorry, if that offends anyone. Is that offensive to put an animal in a child baby cradle? I hope
I hope not. I mean, I don't.
It's 2018.
on.
It might be offensive.
Someone's offended, but not enough people for it to matter.
God, I just.
You need to move out of Canada for like a few weeks. You need to get away.
What the hell?
The Canada is too strong with this one.
Yeah.
John by his kid? No, sorry, ignore me.
Is it like a?
A
Please
house.
tell me it's
probably
a mini
fucking.
Tesla.
No, he took a picture of his kid half asleep on his couch, and he's got a pair of like women's panties next to his kid, like that look brand new and bought for his kid. It's really.
What? Where
I
is?
think that's just lace, Tiger.
I don't know. It looks like that looks like women's underwear.
All lace equals women's panties.
Just lace, Tiger.
The way it's sitting, it looks like a pair of underwear. I'm not lying. I was like,
This. I don't see this.
do you even see the
It's
picture?
on the sand. It's on his.
It's on the sand, man.
It's on the sand.
You buying your kid ladies' underwear?
And this is the story of Tiger
And
Rider.
this is the story of Tiger Rider. Do you want another story instead?
I guess.
Oh no, that is 100. That is
No?
that.
All
That's
right.
panties.
Guess not. We're just
Yeah,
gonna
it is.
derail every time to stuff that
That's
people
got
can't see.
That's what I'm saying.
No one will ever see these. No one's gonna know what you're talking about. People watching this VOD in
here,
2
I
months
will
are gonna be
help-
so pissed.
Can we-
Okay,
you know, I'm
Sorry.
less interested with the potential underpants situation than I
Right.
am with. Look at Bryce's face. Have you ever seen someone that depressed on Christmas that's not Brad?
Oh,
Look at how sad he is.
Yeah.
What did John say to this child?
I don't know, but I'm starting a straw poll chat so you can vote on whether or not you think they're panties. Please hold. And then we can send it to John.
Brad has simply left at this point. He's just given up on trying to tell a story today, folks.
I'm
We're just-
sorry.
We're gonna hijack things with panties. It's
Brad, you look good in a plain black shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say something earlier. It's very nice.
Hi, it's me, plain black shirt. This is
All
a
right,
brand new
I got
shirt.
it.
I've never worn it before.
All right, there you go. Fucking done.
All right, if you're watching this on a VOD, fuck you.
Are they wrapped around his
If you're watching it live, then you get to have some fun. We'll just sit
What?
here now waiting for a fucking straw poll to go, yeah?
No,
That's what
I
we're
did. I
doing
put
now?
it, I put it
Like the fucking absolute
I did it already,
worst
but Emma
fucking
pointed out that
show
there's
I have
another
ever
one on his
watched in
arm.
my life. I'm with the people who aren't
we're
clicking
not
these
waiting
things.
for a straw poll.
and
Just
don't
go.
care,
Just go.
by
We're
the
done.
way.
We're done.
See?
He replied.
See?
Did you really? You all lose.
My man. My man. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's amazing.
Oh,
That's
shit.
great.
I said happy socks and underpants day, and John took it as literally as possible.
So he
I love
bought-
that the next picture is literally him, just like.
So he bought panties for his wife and then forgot they were on the sofa when he took a picture.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it looks like it.
Wow.
How do we know they're not Bryce's?
Yeah, we can't limit him.
Be judging right now.
Oh my god. It's sexual.
Oh, that killed me a little bit. That was too. So,
You play D&D
So-
now?
tell me a
And we're
story, bro.
chunking
Sorry.
into the precious one-shot, 2.5 hour one-shot time.
I'll kiss you.
Oh my god.
We all know we're going over anyway, Brad. I mean, we've accepted this.
Okay. So,
I have a pizza in the freezer. I bought a pizza. I am going to be making that after this. So, I was really hoping that would happen. I've always wanted to know what he's had wrapped around his chair.
Close the door. I'm done. That's it.
He'll come back.
Oh god.
They always come back. Wait, did he fool us? Did you act like you should? Oh, you tricky bitch.
acting.
Mhm.
I did stop.
I'm a level 10 actor. Can we play D&D now?
Yes, I'm sorry.
When you did
Alright.
that, your screen shaked.
Is that okay? This is what the life of a DM is. You spend forever planning something and preparing something, and it's derailed within seconds. Before the game even begins, derailed.
Listen, we're just giving the beautiful people that want to make sure they're going to be a little late time to get in here. That's what we were doing. We were just being kind. That's all.
Every single person that has watched the first 10 minutes of this on a VOD has no idea what it was about,
You should put
and it has nothing
picture up.
as a reference.
Screen.
No, I'm not getting it demonetized on YouTube because there's panties on the screen. Out of
We
here.
don't even monetize our channel.
Yes, we do. We definitely do. PB joined the crew. We've had to split the funds now. PB wanted 75%, so me, Jay, and Wack
Damn.
had to split the rest
Fuck.
between us.
Yeah, that was the
75%.
bargain that we had to strike to get PB to join us. It's the only way. And all of
Join
us were like,
PB.
yeah, fuck, okay.
We'll do that for 75% of the. All right, okay. So,
Can we play D&D now?
can we play D&D now?
Yeah, Brad, can we fucking play D&D now?
We're going back in time, boys and girls. This is the beginning of the stream. We're going back in time to a little while ago when you guys, as a group, were traveling across Thelmecia from Drit, after it was burned down, to Rosegard. It's a very dark night. It's a little chilly. You make a campfire, you settle down, sit around it. 19, Rin, you sit down next to the campfire, but you're not too tired yet. Iridir pulls out his lute and begins his song of rest, as he always does. You look over at young Drift, and he's fallen asleep. Iridir,
Yes.
I believe usually, instead of playing songs, you tell stories, do you not?
I try, yes.
What is the story you're going to tell to our wonderful listeners?
Well, if everyone would like to share the campfire with me, and we can have ourselves a lovely evening, I would absolutely love to tell you the tale of the ice cavern of the Moonlands, if you are willing to hear it.
I think we're all willing to hear it. Rin and 19 settle down. Rin with a nice cup of tea, 19 with nothing because he doesn't consume
like a
anything.
cat.
You haven't got a cat yet. This is before. This is in the before times. Before the dark times.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We're going to flip and change as Iridir begins to tell the tale of 3 adventurers at some point during the war.
Ooh.
3 adventurers who came by boat to a faraway land. So, Sierra, Echo, Sable, SES. Money's been scarce. There's a bloody war on. Adventuring's been pretty hard. But while at the port of Raven's Peak, you were given the offer of a lifetime. A sailor came in and offered you guys a trip and an adventure into the Moonlands, which is an icy offshore area. I'll give you the map of Thelmesia in the north. It's the same place where Owen of the Snow is from, if you recall. This is Raven's Peak. In fact, I'll just give you guys a quick tour of the entire continent. Rosegard is all the way down here. You guys, in your standard characters, are in Rosegard, but if you go all the way up to the north west, you eventually come to Raven's Peak. And you three have no money. There's a war raging across the entire continent between Alexandria and Thelmesia. The Alexandrians, mostly a human force, came over and just started attacking, and then everybody went to war. As it stands, at this point, Thelmesia is kind of losing, so it's not looking good. Money is super scarce because everything's being sucked up by the war, and you guys decided, we're taking this mission, this adventure. A sailor came into Raven's Peak port by the name of Edwin and offered you all the gold in the Moonlands as a reward, because he needed adventurers and he needed them quick because the travel was long and arduous, and you guys headed by boat northwest to the Moonlands, way up here, top left of your map. So, ignoring some of the elements, you've traveled on this ship for 8 days. It's pretty much just you guys in one room, left alone by the crew. The small boat with the small crew generally leave you alone. They're not very interested in you. They're busy floating a boat. Eventually you leave the comfortable boat, arrive at the very uncomfortable shores of the Moonlands themselves, and Edwin bids you farewell, and a cart comes to collect you, and you head out across a glacier known as the Iron Glacier. I will say, in terms of where you are on this map, you don't know. You're just somewhere out here on this ridiculously cold, frozen landscape. After a sort of a quick adjustment to the astonishingly cold air, this short cart journey brings you to a team of archaeologists. You see them as you approach. There's 4 of them moving around. There might be some more in several tents that are set up around the area. There are boxes and tables and equipment all scattered around and covered in snow, and there are large pieces of ice and snow that seem to have been chipped away and broken off of an enormous mountainscape that lies behind. The entrance to a cavern appears to have been excavated as you approach, and in general it looks like these guys might have been here for a while. You can see the 4 immediately begin to move over towards the cart where you guys are, and the dwarven gentleman who's been pulling the cart, who hasn't said a word to you, nods at the archaeologist gentleman that walks over to you in a big, massive, thick coat, and you guys exit the cart, and the archaeologist approaches you, and he looks pretty tall. Relatively jovial looking in this sort of oversized winter wear. You can see his face peering out at you through some thick furs. And these guys probably look a little bit like the wildlings from Game of Thrones right now, covered in snow. As it stands, it's the middle of the day. It's very bright with all the snow and the ice, and but there's not really much of a blizzard. There's not much snow falling. It's relatively clear, but it's still ridiculously cold, especially compared to Raven's Peak, which is relatively cold in of itself. But this elf walks over in all this thick wear. He inside of it looks kind of thin, but with everything on, he looks like a big dude, even though you can probably determine relatively quickly that he's not. Immediately he says, hello there. Oh, you finally made it. Hey, oh, I'm glad about that. He pushes through the snow with his big boots and holds out a gloved hand. He says, all right, well then, look at that. He points at a hole, this entrance way into this cavern. Yeah, that's the job, that is. That's the job. Going in there, yeah? Just got to look around. Bring back anything that looks interesting or valuable, right? Nice and easy. Wait, I thought we hired 3 people. He looks at you, Sable, and back to you, Sierra, back and forth, completely unaware, Echo, that you're there. When he's looking at you, what do we see in Sable?
In Sable, you see a diminutive halfling dressed rather warmly and with a very old-looking scarf and a longbow strapped across her body, and she's got several papers and things about her that she's trying to get off of the cart, but she's stumbling a bit as she's taking things off. Papers are sort of floating and flying in the air as she makes her way off. She's constantly looking back and trying to grab them from the air before they fall into the snow. And she says, thank you. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary in this place? Or, you see, I am well trained in the art of monster slaying, and I am just looking to further my notes. Here. Okay. Are you familiar with this place? Is there anything we have to worry about?
Monsters, is it? Yeah, there's plenty of monsters around. We just hide from them, though.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. I'm looking forward to studying them.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, it's not really monsters that we want you to find. But, I mean, if you find them... Well, that's all the better for you, isn't it, eh? Right, so you're good at monsters. What about you? What do we see when we look at Sierra?
Sierra is like fully robed, lots of furs. She's blonde, 5'9", human. And she also has a lot of like tomes with her. Looks like she's scholarly. Doesn't look very strong.
A scholarly human?
Yeah. Yep. And I'm good at studying, I think. And maybe some other things.
Studying?
Yes.
Right. So did he bring... I think he might have brought some of the wrong types. We need you to go in there and look around. You're going to be all right, yeah?
Oh, yeah, of course. I love looking around.
That's what you do, right? They haven't hired the wrong people.
No, we go in and look around.
Right.
That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, that's good, that is. We don't want to go in there, you know? Whenever we go in there, we just excavate, and then normally, if we go in, we get eaten. Not very good with the old... He taps a thin-looking sword on his side.
If I may, when you say Eden, how exactly are you eaten?
Oh, no, not in there. No one's been in there yet. No one's been in
Anybody?
that one. No one's going in there. No. That's why we sent for you. It's just the
Alright.
last time someone got eaten in the south, in the jungle.
Were there any remains of any kind?
No, it was a snake.
kind?
A massive snake. Larger than an house.
Intriguing.
Take out.
My my quill and my ink and some paper. I start making notes.
So, there's only 2 of you then. Alright then. Well,
Well,
You're
No.
neglecting our other friend here.
oh. What's
very
this
rude
then?
of you.
Invisibility ring, is it?
Oh, wow.
Not exactly.
This is Echo.
Oh, blimey! Is that a pixie? A fairy? A sprite? What are you then? What do we see when we look at Echo?
You're looking at a little basic fairy, basically wearing like a dusky robe, like a really dark robe. It kind of appears like with shadows around it a little bit. He's got kind of like a little bit of a pinched face, and as you look at him, I fly up to her hand as she does that, and as I fly up, I grab this gold monocle that has no glass in it, and I start hula hooping with it. And I look at the guy and go, "Yeah, it's all right. It's just me." What? You never seen a goddamn fairy before?
Oh, I've seen plenty of them.
Sorry.
No, I've seen plenty.
Why are you looking at me like that? You got a problem?
My eyes
I
just...
fly over to his face.
my eyes aren't as good as they used to be.
Yeah, they're not gonna be, and I poke him in the eye with one finger.
Ah,
Unfortunately, I
Yeah, you little shit.
yeah,
you
well,
might have set him off. He gets like this.
Touch me.
yeah, well,
Boy, touch me.
no, I don't think, no, last time I touched a pixie, I started flying. I couldn't control it.
Yeah, I'll make you fly, all right? My dust ain't gonna make you fly, but it'll make you do something.
Oh, right. Well, 3 of you then.
Not good.
Well, we got plenty of gold, let me tell you. It's gold we got, but we want the valuables inside. Remember, though, whatever you find in there belongs to us. All right? All the stuff that belongs to us. Anything of value, we want to take that. But we're willing to part with a lot of gold. We got plenty of gold. And he starts leading you back towards the camp area. There's a few tents set up, like I said, a few boxes and things. And he leans down into one of the tents and pulls out a few bags and opens them up. That's not good. No, that's not good. It's that one. There we go. 1, 2, 3 bags of gold. He just places them like in the snow in front of you. There's a few inches of snow here, and he just points at them. They're yours. That's just for now. Just to prove we mean business. A pouch each. 500 gold pieces. Oh, hold on.
This will help further my research.
Yeah, a bottle of brandy. Keep you warm. Yeah, for getting here so quickly.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, of course you will.
He hands
don't
over a...
really bring
Do you want me to hold your sack there, Echo?
Well, you want to hold my sack again, huh?
Yeah, with the gold though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
You want to hold my other sack too?
Maybe later, after some of this drink.
Don't know how that works.
No. That sack, and I point, and there's like a sack that's a little bit bigger than me that's on the ground next to her.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
He,
Wait, I really want to carry that. You have to
guy
be careful with
the guy
those.
has strutted away from you and carried on talking. We reckon it predates time.
Don't lose that bag. Do not lose that bag. Cherished. My whole life is in that bag right there. You got to promise me you're not going to lose it.
Okay, I mean, you're with me. I probably won't lose it.
Yeah.
I'll try. But you know what they say, that a bird in the hand is worth a king. So you
What?
maybe shouldn't put your whole life into this sack.
bird in hand.
I don't know what that means. Just please don't lose the sack. Just get all my memorables, everything. Also, did you see what I found? I pull out an earring. It's like half the size of my head. I'm like, I took that guy's earring.
Oh wow, good job. I didn't even see that. When did you do that?
What do you mean when I do that? Doesn't
Wait.
matter when I did it. Put it in the sack, would you? And I throw it at her.
Oh, okay. Oh God. Yeah. I don't catch it. It falls in the snow. Sorry.
Well, it's gone now.
You got to warn me about that kind of stuff. If you're gonna.
Never find it.
Yeah, it's gone now.
Should we be going?
Probably.
The guy is walking towards the entrance of the cavern, and he's speaking to himself with his hands behind his back. Just-
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
kind
we
of like
should
I'm
try to
looking
hurry up.
I'm looking in between the two of them and the guy, and I'm kind of hopping like on my 2 feet, like.
yeah.
Why does he do that?
Right. Sorry, Sable. Let's go. We should probably hurry.
As you
I'm gonna like try to lug all of these bags.
As-
I'm not strong. So I'm just gonna be like, ugh.
as you catch up, he turns around. So that's about it. Oh yeah, there's a war on over there. Alexandrians crawling all over the continent. Pff, doesn't sound good. Nope. Well, we're far away from it over here, so good luck. And he's just standing at the entrance of a cave that leads inwards, like an icy cavern that seems to be a tunnel into a mountainside.
Very
Great.
interesting.
Yeah.
They're
Thank you.
cold-blooded, and we're in very cold weather. I'm surprised such a creature would take residence here.
What creature?
Which creature?
You said there was a snake.
No, there was a snake in the jungle years ago.
The last time they did this, and the last time they were eaten.
It was an
I
old
think.
tomb, belonged to some sort of lich.
Understandable. So you, this is the first time that you've done work here.
Yeah, a bunch of dwarves sent us over here. Told us there's something in there, temple, an ancient something or other. We're gonna go in and look at it after you've cleared it out. All we did was open it up, covered in feet of ice, thick as you like. We broke up the ice. We're gonna go and excavate all the things what are in there after you've gone in first.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
I guess we're ready.
You're the old canary, unfortunately. That's why it's worth all the gold in the moonlands.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll see you shortly.
All right then.
You seem to be missing an earring there, guy. You lose it or
Oh,
something?
I've only gone and dropped my earring, haven't I?
Just
Oh,
fell
I've
in
only
the
gone
snow
and
or
dropped
something.
it. I'll go and look for that. It's not worth much. Don't worry about that. I've got plenty of earrings. Find all sorts of trinkets you do, digging around in the mud.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Always digging around in the mud and the dirt. Swamps. Icy places like this. That's where they send us. Look for this, look for that.
Hey, who sent you here?
Whoever
If you don't mind me
pays
asking.
the right amount of money.
So they pay you to come here and excavate, but then you pay somebody else to come in and excavate for you? Is that
Oh,
how
I
that
don't
works?
need you to excavate. I just really want you to go in there and look around before we send my.
And get eaten. Potentially.
Well, it's just like you said. You reckon you can handle yourself against a giant snake, or a wyvern, or a barghest, or a yeti, or something, and I can't. And none of my boys are good at that. We're good at cutting ice. We're good at finding the place. We found the place. It was quite hard to find. It's taken us months to find it. We managed to cut all the ice away. That took a while as well.
Are you
But
okay?
like shit, am I going in there first? Never
Sable.
again.
Sable,
Yeah.
you're spiraling.
Almost
Sable.
lost me head last time, let me tell
It's okay.
you. So what
All right,
we've been able to
sir?
work out, we reckon this predates the age of ice. This could be thousands of years old. Who knows?
Does this guy ever stop talking?
I don't think so.
Anything
maybe
in
we
there
should
that
just
looks
go.
magical is worth double to us, by the way.
Christ.
Magical trinkets, things like that. Anything with strange writings on it as well.
You said there's trinkets in there?
Hopefully. That's half the reason I reckon they sent us.
But there are monsters in there.
Old caves, tombs, things like that. There's always a monster
Why don't
or
we get
two.
cracking then?
Yeah.
You think the monsters got trinkets?
I don't know what's in there, mate. That's your job.
If monsters do have trinkets, they're usually from people they've eaten.
Give the place a look around, kill any monsters, find any trinkets, especially the magical ones, bring them out to me, we'll give you a few more bags of gold, and you can get on your way back down to Velgaro for a nice beach holiday.
Beach. Yeah, no. If we don't leave, I'm gonna take this guy's eye out. Can we go?
I start walking.
We go?
Yep.
Perhaps Sierra, if you could light a torch.
Sure.
All right. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank
to
you.
ya.
Thank you. I
Uh,
try to like manage 3 different bags as I'm fumbling in to try to get my torch out of one of the bags.
Yeah.
And then I probably like spill the bag all over mine, not yours. So calm down. And then I'll kind of like fumble for a torch and then, struggle to kind of light it. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, I got it. I've lit a torch. Now, can you hold this?
Little baby
Table?
claps from the fairy.
Thank you.
Well, I can hold it, but if
Just for a
there's-
second, I just need to pick the contents of my bag back up.
Yes. All
Thank
right.
you.
I'd like to get going.
Okay. You're spiraling. Don't spiral. Okay. Just put stuff in my bag. Okay. Now I'm ready. Oh, how am I
Okay.
going to hold the torch? I have 2 bags to carry.
Put the bag down. I'll carry my own bag. Just put it on the ground.
Okay.
Put it on the ground.
Okay.
Fine.
Perfect. Now I can carry the torch. I'm ready. Let's go.
All right.
Do you want me to lead the way, Sable, or would you like to head off the investigation?
If
Tie it around my waist.
all right, I suppose I can go first.
Yeah, that's right. Huh? What are you doing?
We're going in now.
I'm already walking.
Yeah, I'm also.
Shit. I like waddle, catch up as I have the bag tied around my waist, and I waddle behind them.
Are you walking? You're
Uh-huh.
super slow on the ground, for the record. Okay. So you guys head into this cave, and after about 10, 15 feet, you notice that the chill from the outside is very quickly dissipated, and it's surprisingly warm. Like, it's not warm, but compared to how cold it is outside, you've noticed that immediate biting chill is gone, and the wind is practically all gone apart from a little breeze behind you. The tunnel itself is probably large enough to fit a Goliath. It's pretty tall, maybe about 10 foot wide, 15 foot high, as far as you can see for the opening here. It's sort of compacted ice that appears to be relatively naturally formed. It's not walls or anything like that. It's all just ice that's kind of moving forward, glittering on all sides and lit by this torchlight. There is sort of patches of light that kind of come down as if it's through shafts of holes in the ceiling, but that's not the case. It's just where the ice is thin in places, the light is able to filter through almost like water and provide a very soft glow to areas. The torch melts some of the ice as you pass by and warms it. It seems to be natural ice to a degree. The entrance that you're in is almost perfectly straight, and it just seems to go straight ahead. It bears slightly downwards, but not by much. You'd estimate it's about 80 feet long before you can see, before it sort of the light's gone and it dissipates into darkness. You guys just moving forward, just heading in?
I'm definitely very curious of the surroundings, and I'm trying to look around to see if there's any monsters to study or intriguing creatures and things.
Hey,
Sure.
could you wait up?
That's from pretty far back.
Oh,
Try and carry his back. Oh, Jesus Christ. I start flying.
Sort of hopping between one foot and the other, a bit impatient.
I catch up by flight.
Okay. Yeah, when your little trinket bag is empty, you can fly pretty well. The more stuff you put in it, the slower you become. It's just a purse, by the way. For everyone else, he's only 2 inches tall. So, like, he has like a normal person's kind of coin purse as his enormous bag that he's carried, lugging around like Santa.
I could probably just put that in my bag.
Yeah.
Like, literally just put it
He's
inside
2
of my
inches
bag.
tall. He's like this big.
Yeah.
And then we have a halfling. Technically, he's tiny. We have tiny, small, and medium. So everyone give me perception checks as you head in the initial part of the
19 for me.
glacier.
10 from Sable.
10.
10, 19. What's the marching order?
I suppose that I'm in the front.
And I'm next.
I was in the back for sure.
Alright. So, Sable, you're looking around for monsters or signs of monsters or anything interesting that you can study.
Yes.
The entrance is long, but there's nothing alive in here, and there's no real clues that there is anything alive for the majority of the walk. There's no like droppings or scratches or anything that looks like a creature would live here. If it does live in these tunnels, it might be further in. It might be a cave network that connects to God knows where, and other things could come up or come in from elsewhere. But as it stands, this just appears to be kind of an empty old tunnel entrance to something naturally crafted but suspiciously straight and narrow. As you're about to step on something, Sierra, you notice something very odd. There is a light that shines off of something thin on the ground. It looks very much like a tripwire.
Oh.
The foot is coming down.
Oh, stop. There's a wire there, I think.
Wire?
Yeah. Like a trap.
That would indicate some form of intelligence.
It's exciting.
Yes, I pull my foot back and I sort of try to find where it's connected to.
Yeah, you can see now a little clearer that there's two little points, kind of like metallic looking spikes that come out of the walls on either side. They're very small, like the size of a thorn, and from those is a unbelievably thin, like fishing wire. Like it's ridiculously thin. It's like a spider's web level of thin. You can barely, it's almost invisible. You can barely make it out. The sort of metallic thorns go into the ice, and you can see the ice because it's ice. You can kind of see beyond, and it's very clear ice. You can see that these thorns don't really attach to anything. It doesn't look much like a trap that you've seen before. You can give me an investigation check to look at the look it over and try and work out what's going on here, if anyone is.
Echo, are you able to disable this?
I was thinking that precise thing right before you said that. Step away for a minute. Cracks
Okay.
knuckles.
I
I
can back
got
up.
this. I could crack it open. What? Wait. Hold on.
Creatures
That's just a line, though.
may
Yeah,
very
well, I
well
mean,
be
it's a-
intelligent.
It's probably connected to something that will explode or...
Can't you
Yeah.
step over it?
Brain functions.
Oh, yeah, I guess we
Possible.
could just step over it.
Could just step over it. I mean, I can undo it, but I mean, we could
Curious.
step over.
That size of skull.
Okay, yeah, we should probably just step over it.
Hold on. You see any more though? Can I do an investigation check to that little area to see if I see any other traps or anything like that?
Yep.
15.
15. You see about 8 feet above where the little spikes come out of the wall. You notice that the ice is a little odd. Staring at it for a moment, you realize that there's a part of the ice that appears to be in the shape of a hand. A pretty big hand. Thick, meaty hand portion, and then these slightly elongated fingers. The size of a Goliath's hand, maybe. But the fingers are relatively long that they come out. It's kind of like someone has melted the ice ever so slightly. It's like a very light indent in the ice, directly 8 feet above where the little spike is that comes out. In terms of this trap and looking around, it seems to be the only one here. You're maybe about 40 feet into the tunnel at the moment, and it also doesn't really look like a common trap to you. It doesn't look like it's necessarily mechanical. It could be magical in design with vaguely mechanical elements, but it doesn't. It's a weird looking thing for sure to you.
Does the hand look like a handprint, like a human hand?
It's a handprint in that it has 4 fingers, a thumb, and a hand shape. Yeah, okay. But it looks a little odd. A little odd.
Oh, would you look at that? There's a hand over there on the wall, like somebody melted the ice on the wall right there. You guys see that?
Sable, look! How exciting!
What?
Possibility of humanoids has increased.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have a headache.
Chances are creatures may be controlled by humanoids.
You think you can stand over it, or do you want me to disarm it? What would you rather do? I'll disarm it.
I could definitely walk over it.
Are you sure?
I think so.
It looks like it could be magic, though. What if we step over it, it shoots up and cuts you in half?
That's a good point that I had not considered.
You didn't. That's why I'm here for you. Hold on, let me try to adjust that. What?
Nothing.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
What about you over there?
Should we stand back, Sable? Maybe. It seems like he's gonna do something.
Good idea. Stand back. I'm gonna disarm this thing.
Okay.
I want to disarm the trap, right?
Yeah. So, again, you're relatively sure this isn't like a standard mechanical trap, which is what your thieves' tools are for. You think there are mechanical elements which will not help you. You can give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
To disarm the trap.
He goes down, gets ready to kind of think what he's gonna do. He looks and he goes, well, this is magic. Pulls out his thief's trap. Shit. Looks back and forth, looks at the hand again. I bet I could do it. But what if I blow myself up? Shit. Hey, you got my bag of stuff, right?
Yes. It's in my bag.
All right, if anything happens to me, I want you to give that to Luana back at home. All right, Luana. Remember that name?
Remember that. Sable, can you write that down? I have the words.
You gotta remember the name Luana?
No.
I've already written it down.
Wow. Of course you have. Sorry, I doubted you.
Shit, I should not do this. I really should not do this.
You can do it. Echo, I believe in you.
What?
I believe in you, is what I was saying. I was trying to encourage you.
I took my pinky off last time. Shit.
Well, I still believed in you, though, and you took it off cleanly.
Spike over there. A spike and a handprint. Brad, what's that that handprint? Does it look like potentially it's just literally the melted ice, or does it look like somebody could put their hand in there and something might happen? Like, is it just literally it's like if you put your hand like on snow and it just melted the snow? Is that kind of what it looks like?
That's what it looks like, yeah. But I guess that doesn't make sense to you at first.
Hey,
in
Sable!
terms of what it is, you still need to make an Arcana to find out.
How big's your hand?
It's
Put it up. Let me see.
3 inches by 5 inches.
Jesus Christ, he knows his own hand size. This guy is such a nerd. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah.
Telling me that I'm a woman.
Try this thing. 7. Try.
All right, what are you trying? What are you trying to do? Also, Sable's
Disarm
a
the
girl.
On a 7 Arcana.
Yeah. So,
my God.
how you might as well tell me how you disable the trap on a 7.
I use mage hand because I think it's magic. So I think because it's magic, I weave up a mage hand that has like a magical mage trap disarm thing, like like your typical thief disarm thing. Yeah. But I think it's a magic one, so I make it with mage hand.
All right, yeah. So your typical way to disarm this would be to very carefully remove the wire from the thorns. You can give me a thieves' tools check if you wanted to use your thieves' tools to try and disarm the wire from the spikes.
Okay. So how do I do that? I don't know. How do I just?
You should have. I think I gave you thieves' tools. Just click on them. They're on the left. They're in proficiencies. I haven't got anyone's character.
In proficiencies? I've never used that before. Yeah. 16.
A 16. Yeah. So I think you use your mage hand, which is just a floating hand. That's able to do kind of things that your hands can do. Your little mage hand goes in and attempts to disconnect this wire. You do notice that the little thorny spike things do seem to be able to move a little bit, but not enough. You try to lift the wire, but the wire's odd, and it is much more like a spider's web than it is string or wire or fishing wire or something like that. And immediately the thing just, the wire, you disarm it how you would normally disarm it, but the walls on either side of you shift. There are points that come out in various little areas, little spikes that come out of the wall. Maybe about 15 of them. 5 of them point at you. 5 of them point at Sable. 5 of them point at Sierra. And then suddenly, sort of Terminator T-1000 style, they turn into these shooting spikes that launch towards you out of the wall. They elongate in ice. These icy spikes launch towards you. Everyone give me a dex save.
Okay. We are gonna die.
That's an 11 for me.
25.
125.
Fucking shit.
117. So the spikes that launch towards you, God damn, it says 19 in the thing. Echo. I'm so bad with names. The spikes launch out. You are pretty quick, and I think you probably drop your stuff and just fly upwards, and you weave in and out of 2 or 3 of them, and you see that the spikes just they like attach to the ground, spiking into the ground, and now there are these kind of spikes that are just these icy lines that come out of the wall, and they're just there now. These icy area. You avoid all of them, floating up and avoiding a couple of them that come at you. Sable. Sierra, this is why S's. Remember I said earlier on in the chat why 2 S's names are the worst? Alright.
Sorry.
It's alright. Sierra, same thing. They launch towards you, and you kind of just like jump out of the way. You avoid them. They kind of just go straight, and they hit the other side of the cavern. And again, there are these icy lines that are now just across the cavern. Sable is not as lucky. Sable gets caught by a couple of them, dodging a few, but there's enough that 2 of them go through you. They go through your go straight through your body and attach to the ground, and you're kind of pinned there for a moment. They're very thin. It's like being caught by a little spike or something. Give me roll 2d6. 3. It's not too bad. You take 3 piercing damages. They go through. Maybe 1 goes through you, and as soon as you move, as soon as you move your foot, it snaps the ice. It's very delicate ice, and the ice falls to the ground, and it's just the ice that's in your body melts relatively quickly on the warm blood. But you take the hit, and then now there are these kind of lines across the cavern where the ice is shot out towards you. The spider webbing that runs along the bottom, you notice, has returned.
I turn back around. Everybody all right?
No.
Not exactly.
Oh God.
Ice spikes
Bleeding a little bit.
pierced my right foot.
Okay, can you breathe? I'm gonna yank it out. Can just keep breathing, okay?
Are you sure that's the best recourse that we can take?
I yank it out. I don't even wait.
No.
It's fine. It's literally just ice, and if you break any of them, you notice that they shatter and break like very thin ice would.
Hey, sorry about that. I kind of assumed this.
It appears that the trap was arcane in nature.
Yep, and it's back, so you're gonna have to step over it very carefully.
So that means not only is it
Further evidence
intelligent, but it can use magic as well?
that there is humanoid nature to these creatures or people responsible. Yes.
I'm gonna mend your foot. You didn't take any damage, did you? Or did you?
Just a small amount.
Okay.
Oh, it's a little sore, but I think I can walk it off.
Okay.
But when you're walking, step over that. And I point back at it as it came back.
Yes, I will try. Oh,
Pick your feet up.
I will do this. Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Well, should we continue?
Yes.
But keep our eyes peeled for more traps.
Lead the way. I'll be behind you in the back.
So you just step over the wire.
Yeah, I'm gonna step over the way.
Yeah, you do so. It doesn't launch up and cut you in half or anything. You step over it quite happily and continue on. Everyone give me perception checks with advantage. Now that you're actively looking for traps.
17 for me.
22. Crit.
Someone named 19.
14?
I don't know
19.
who 19 is.
If you click at the bottom, it says as Tiger. You can roll that down to roll as Echo instead of roll as 19 as a name on the thing, at the bottom of the roll 20 chat thing. So yeah, all three of you start moving down the corridor, and once you're a little over halfway, you notice that the corridor again it's kind of lit relatively well. It's not super dark in here, but the torch helps to illuminate the immediate area. And looking about, you don't see any more of these traps. Now that you're kind of looking for these thorns that stick out, or maybe the handprints, they're a little more obvious in the sense that you're looking for them. All of you see another one, which is set in the maybe about a foot up off of the ground this time. The same thing, little spikes, and maybe about 7 feet above that is another handprint on the right hand side wall, quite easy to step over.
May I do so? Bring it out to the others.
I would like to cast my armor. Can I do that real quick?
Gonna cast mage armor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you cast mage
Yeah.
armor. Does that look special in any way?
No, literally doesn't look like anything at all. I just mutter something and then
Yeah.
nothing happens.
And then you're all stepping over it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You step over this one and continue on. After about 80 feet, you see that the walls open up a little bit into what looks like a bit more of a wide natural cavern. Stepping into the next sort of section area here that's a little different from this really long entranceway, you can see that the cave stops being like a perfectly straight 15 feet, 10 foot kind of rough looking but straight line, and starts to twist and turn. There are entranceways that are high up. The cavern opens up to about 40 feet high. On your left hand side, you see that there's a sort of a causeway or like a plateau that's about 30 feet up. Maybe about 10 feet is the opening. Again, it looks like a natural cavern here, but there is just like an extra exit or entrance up there. It continues on ahead of you as well, bearing slightly right. You notice that there is a narrow passageway now. It kind of narrows down a little bit, even though there is now 40 feet above you. You can see that your path that you're on narrows up, and then along some of that edge on the right hand side there is another one of these kind of passageways, opens causeways, as if you could maybe come off up there somewhere, or that leads off to somewhere else. There's kind of three ways to go, but this is 30 feet of ice up on this side, another 35 feet of ice on the right hand side. The other thing that's a little weird here is that there is patches of oil on the ground in areas of the tunnel. It looks kind of naturally occurring, but it also doesn't seem to have a source. It's not like someone's poured an oil barrel necessarily, but the area that's underneath the causeway parts seems to have oil on it, as if it's maybe dripped down off of the top from these openings on that are higher up on the left and right of you.
Is there anything up top when we look up there?
Give me perception
Like that
checks
it
to as you look up. I mean, again, it's 30 feet above you, so it's quite hard to see anything from this angle. But it doesn't look immediately like there's anything up there. It just looks like another entranceway or an exit.
I think I'm trying to look at the oil and such, and see if I can tell if it's some sort of excretion, or if it is something related to a naturally occurring oil deposit.
Okay, you can give me an investigation check for that. It sounds more like an thing.
That should be an 8.
an 8 and a 7 on your, well, an 8 on your investigation. In terms of the oil, it's black and it's pulled up at the bottoms of these things. The narrow passageway is kind of covered in it because it's only about 5 feet across in the narrow part ahead of you. It looks like oil. Like it doesn't look like an animal would have excreted this thing. You can't really see a source. You might know of some weird animals that may be excreted, but this is quite a lot of it, so it doesn't make too much sense. I would say you're probably
right?
very unsure. What is? Sorry.
The oil, like it's not gonna.
The
like
oil
we're
is
not
on the ground.
It, are we?
You're not
okay.
on it, but it is ahead of you. The path that you're on is a passageway that leads ahead. It narrows up a little bit, and the oil is along the narrow passageway. There's also a section on the left of you that seems to have oil that must have come down from these openings that are above you. The cavern just leads onwards around as if you were to carry on walking, but it's just something that you notice. You for sure don't know what this is, Sable. This just seems a little odd. And Sierra, you look up and you can't see anything up there. It just looks like a natural cave opening again.
Well, I think this might be another trap.
It could be. I saw it. I definitely saw it, right? With the 22.
Don't suppose.
Did you roll a
don't-
22? No, I need another perception, sorry.
Oh, another perception.
This was to see what's up there. Remember, you can fly, and you can only go up 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up and kind of get closer to it and try to look at it.
Yeah.
Perception.
Well, the oil is on the ground, but you can fly up. These would have to climb, but you have a flying speed, so you can fly upwards and just look over the edge. 14.
May I do that? I got a 14.
Yeah, so I think you two on the ground are a little stumped. You're not sure what the oil is or what it's for, where it's come from, whether it's a secretion from an animal, whether it's a trap set by something or someone here. Echo just flies upwards. Echo, you get up on the left-hand side. There is the oil. You fly above the oil. You fly up the side of the cavern, and as soon as you get up to the top, there's a snap, and you are face to face with a skull, which is looking at you, and it moves and turns. Behind it is another one, and they both look at you. Then you suddenly hear the movements, the clicking and clacking of bones around this chamber. They echo off the walls. You notice that the areas where the oil is in the narrow passageway, there's the causeway that runs alongside on the right-hand side of that. You see these skeletons rise up. They turn their heads towards you, and they each bring up a bow and arrow. Immediately, they start firing arrows at you. And I will need some initiatives in a second if this will switch scene. There we go. Bam. Skeletons all around. Echo, you're here. Oh, this is why. There we go. Echo, you're like up here, I think. Face to face. You guys are maybe back here. You can see these skeletons up on this causeway on the other side. Initiatives. Drift's on there. And Owen of the Snow, who is also from the Moonlands.
22 from me.
22.
14.
And the 21 from
Sorry.
Sierra.
Okay. Why is this not adding? Please roll 20. Be my friend today. Thank you.
It appears that there are someone dead in here. I have to say that it's not exactly expected, but very well. I'm
All those
a little
die.
disappointed, to say the least.
Disappointed by the undead?
Yes.
Were you hoping for something else?
Yes, undead are not very interesting to me.
Fair enough, I guess. Can you lure them onto that oil?
Lure them?
Yeah, shake your, just go out there and let them see you, and then just don't touch the oil, and then they'll jump down and try to come at you. You know what a lure is, right?
Of course I know what a lure is. I just don't understand why it would help. I don't suspect that the undead will be jumping down into the oil. I don't have any sort of I don't really know what undead like. Do they have a preference for a lure?
I don't know actually. I would have assumed the living,
Okay.
Perhaps some sort of virgin?
which you are not.
You guys are having conversations and a bunch of arrows launch over your heads.
Of course we are.
Um,
Oh god.
Sable, you're the first to react here.
Realizing that I have no such lure for the undead, I will take out my longbow and I will fire at the undead around Echo, trying to protect them. But first, I will move back behind this stalagmite,
Yep.
Yes.
and I will fire
All right.
at this one.
Okay. Give me that attack roll.
It's an 11.
And 11 is, I don't know, because I haven't brought the skeleton up yet. There he is. Is a miss. Yeah, you fire an arrow and it just launches upwards and over where Echo is and the skeleton and into this cavern opening above. Anything else?
Unfortunately, no.
Sierra, your turn.
I'm going to cast Bless. So I basically reach into a component pouch that I have on my belt, and it looks like sparkling snow or fairy dust, and I kind of just like throw it up into the air, and I mutter something really quickly, and then everybody's blessed. The three of us.
All right, so whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or the saving throw. This is a concentration 1 minute. You are blessed. Echo, by the way.
Yes.
Is there anything else on your turn, Sierra?
Yes, I'm gonna step back as well.
Okay.
Label. Yep.
Skeleton in front of you, Echo, that opens its mouth wide and sees you. You know what? It tries to fire an arrow at you. It's a very close range and you're very small. 16? No, wait. 21 to hit against your AC.
Mm-hmm.
What is your AC? It hits?
15,
It's
yeah.
amazing. You're lucky the other one didn't hit. It was rolling with disadvantage. So from this range, it just immediately sees you and boom, this arrow just bing hits you. You're very small. These arrows hurt. They don't explode you or cut you in half, but they cut you very deeply. It's like being hit by a greatsword for someone else. And you take 5 piercing damage from the arrow, and the skeleton. They look weird as well. They're wearing weird armor, strange blue padded armor that looks very odd to all of you for sure. Echo, it's your turn. You're right next to these 2 skeletons, and they see you. They immediately look like they're looking right at you.
I have 2 questions.
Yep.
So, is Mage Hand something that could be like a normal size? Like, it wouldn't be as big as me. Like, it could be like a normal size hand and stuff.
It's a good question.
Or would it have to be the size of my hand?
I don't really know how that works, to be honest. I guess you.
Don't think in the book there's any sort of.
There isn't. It has a certain amount that it can lift, so you could probably make it really big, but it would still be just as weak as whatever the mage hand is, which is probably
Could it push a
stronger
skeleton off of a cliff?
Can hold 10 pounds.
Yeah, it can. It's got a grip strength of 10 pounds, so probably not. It can't really do any shove things.
Okay. So I've never played this class before, so I just have a couple other, like one other question. So I can use dash
Yes,
and
the
stuff
mage
like
hand
that.
can carry the bag for you. It's 10 pounds of stuff.
All right, so it's got a bonus, so I can do like the dashes and stuff like that. That's something I can use on every turn if I want to, correct?
Yeah, you use a bonus action to disengage, dash, or the other one.
Okay. So technically, yeah, I guess I'm close enough to have been engaged with both of them. The first thing I'm going to do is use the bonus action to disengage, and I'm flying, so I can go 30 feet.
We have to deal with elevation here. Remember, you're 30 feet in the air as well.
Yep. So I'm going to move to here. And then after that, I'm going to pull out my magic bow. And I have kind of a cool cannon for this, and you can let me know if you think it's loud, Brad.
Whatever you want.
I'm going to shoot one of the skeletons with the magic bow.
Yeah. Your bow is magic in that it's fucking small. You look like Gizmo in Thingy where he does the Rambo scene.
But the arrows are huge.
No.
Up.
They just fucking hurt. It's like being stung by a wasp instead of just being stuck by a thing.
I got a 13, by the way.
Well, it's probably worse than being stung by a wasp, to be honest. But the damage that the bow allows you to apply to the arrow hurts people a lot. A lot more than it should, because you're shooting tiny little fucking toothpick-sized arrows, right? Like little things. Whereas when they hit people, you notice that it leaves like a fucking exit wound, like a Desert Eagle when you do max damage and shit. So it's good. A 13 is a hit.
13 is a hit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, see, what I imagined is I shot the arrow, and then as it was like halfway there, in slow motion, the arrow like grew to like a much bigger size, and then hit him.
Yeah, that's better. That happens.
Both are really cool, though. I like being able to sting people. 9 piercing damage. Fuck yeah.
9 piercing damage to this guy. Which one do you hit? Sorry, the one closest to you.
Yeah, the one closest. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just when I was setting it up, I was like, oh, he needs. This bow does 1d4 plus 4 plus dex damage.
Can I ask a question about the sneak? I mean, I obviously can't use a sneak attack on this one. So sneak attack would be just if I have advantage. So like if I was behind them or something along those lines.
If I say you have advantage on the attack roll, that's a sneak attack.
Okay, cool.
If one of these guys was stood next to it, you also get to do the damage, but you don't get advantage.
Okay.
So yeah, you hit this guy. The arrow just launches out and then just halfway it grows like the fucking things in Ant-Man when they make them big, and it just hits this skeleton. You see it crash into the blue armor, but the bones underneath break and snap. The arrow spins off one way along with a bunch of the bones from inside the skeleton's armor. One of its arms falls to the ground, snaps its.
I have one last thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a little bit more of my movement that I have, because I can do that, correct, since the other one was a bonus action, so I can still move, correct?
No.
Nope.
You use your bonus action to disengage. It doesn't give you any bonus movement.
Oh, I had 30 movement, that's why I asked, so I still have 10 movement left.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna just gonna pop behind so they can't see me anymore, and then I'm gonna look over there too, go. Never mind, I'm just passing my turn.
Okay. This skeleton.
Truth be told, I forgot the voice for about 2 seconds.
Is going to fight. All right, so Sable and Sierra, any arrows that come at you from the right-hand side, you have cover from. I feel like you probably have half cover. So you have a +2 bonus to your AC when I roll these, and this first one comes from that direction. It launches as if it wasn't even aimed at you, and hits the ice next to you and skids off back down the way that it came. Next skeleton fires the same direction. That is a 17 to hit Sierra on the left. Plus your 2.
Yeah, that hits me.
Probably does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's only going to hit you for 3 damage. The arrow maybe finds like a part of your leg sticking out from the other side. Next skeleton. This guy. This one is looking for Echo. Can't find Echo. fires an arrow at Sierra on a 14.
No, that doesn't happen.
All right, so this is the one that just had its arm blown off, so it just throws the arrow.
So I like
and it
bend down to hit the other arrow that hit me, and
it
this other one just like flies by my head.
launches over your head. Yeah. Another arrow comes in at disadvantage towards Sable. That is a 16.
16 is a hit, unfortunately.
Even with your +2. Sorry.
+2 makes it, breaks it.
Still hits.
Yes.
Okay, that is a 6
Oh, we're in trouble.
piercing damage. Another arrow hits you
No!
on the other side. And then another arrow comes in from the same direction. This one is going to be a 15, so I think that's a miss.
Yes.
And that brings us
Barely.
to the somehow. Oh yeah. Brings us to Sable. Your turn. So arrows are launching at you from down this darkened hallway. They were all with disadvantage, and still 2 of them kind of tung find you. The skeletons that are above you on the other side, taking some damage, but they're preparing bows and arrows as well. What do you want to do?
I will fire back with my longbow up towards the skeleton that Echo fired at. And I let loose an arrow.
A 9, unfortunately, is a miss.
And I sort of say, that's unfortunate. I missed again. I don't particularly like undead skeletons very much. They're far too common. I really don't have much to learn from them.
Indeed. Is that all you're doing?
That's all I'm doing.
All right, Sierra.
Okay. I'm going to cast a spell, right? Can I ping the map? Oh, I just draw it right here. I'm gonna cast Shatter right here. Which
Okay.
should allow me to hit anything in 30 feet, which is gonna be all the skeletons, hopefully.
All right. Anything within 30 feet is 3 of the skeletons.
Okay, that'll work.
All right, so they make a save.
Yeah. Oh, God, please.
All right, so that is a 2, a 12, and a 17. Well, I have to beat 14. So 2 fails, 1
Yeah.
make. I feel like the 2 on the left just explode. They're like in the brunt of the shatter that hits this icy wall. You're actually hitting the wall.
It's like a clap of thunder, basically, that like shakes the entire cavern, and it's the sound I think that's doing damage to them. It's thunder damage, 3d8 thunder damage.
I think it does
Unveiled
do
and
damage to real things, because you can use shatter to fuck up a structure, I think. It's like a
Yes.
siege spell.
I remember because McLokin.
Yeah, I remember because of Kite and Veil. It was the only thing I could do in one of the fights that we had. And they were
So-
on top of these big wooden things, so I shattered the bottom. So the ice cracks like shatters like a window, and like sections of the cavern fall in above you. Not huge amounts, but it looks like shattered glass on this far part. At the same time, you see the 2 skeletons on the left and you just explode into bones. Some of them fall down, land in the oil below. A bunch of them scatter off behind. You also hear another skeleton. Oh wait, if they make it, do they take half or none?
If they make it, they take half. Yeah.
Half. You hear another skeleton. You hear some bones explode in a ahead of you. Another portion of the dungeon. For the record, you only destroyed 2 though, and yeah, those 2 are dead on the left.
Okay. Wow,
Anything else?
I did it.
Sort of. Well done, Sierra.
Thanks. I'm feeling pretty good. That was great. Echo, did you see me? Did you see that? That was pretty good, right?
Went back and just let go of the arrow, and he's like, Yeah, it could have taken down the whole goddamn place, though. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I suppose I didn't think that through. You know,
No, which is
Yes.
louder,
a merry heart makes half a dozen for the other.
What did you?
Echo's speech or your shatter.
Sorry?
Yes.
Echo, what do you want to do?
I after saying that, I look over and put my bow back on my back and go, that must. Is there another goddamn skeleton over there? Son of a bitch! And then I.
There are many of them.
For a second, I'll do a little layer.
If you zoom all the way in on Echo, you can actually see him a little bit in the middle.
So cute. You're so tiny.
I need to actually look on something on my sheet then real quick. How far, what's the distance on it? Magic bow, I assume like bows are probably like 60 feet, I assume.
If you had a
No.
big normal bow, yeah, but yours is a tiny little short bow, and it does 30, 80, I think. So if it's within 30 feet, you make a normal attack. If it's between 30 and 80 feet, you attack with disadvantage. If it's over 80 feet, the arrow will never make it.
Okay. I had no clue how that worked, so. So I move 20. 10, 40. I kind of come behind the two of them, and I just kind of stand there for a second and go, we're going to have to kill the other two, apparently, as well. Did you write about these skeletons, Abel?
I don't really have very much interest in
Arrow
skeleton.
goes by my head.
We should be careful of the oil that's still on the ground. However, if we do move closer,
What, do you want me to just light it on fire?
I don't think there are any skeletons there, so it would merely obstruct our vision.
Ah!
But it would burn the oil, and then we'd be.
Those arrows at
no
me!
problem.
No, you're good. You're fine. I'm just dodging these arrows as they go by. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I got this one. He's a little far away, but I got him. And I'm gonna go for the one closest to me with the disadvantage. Watch this. I'll show you how to shoot, Sable. I'll teach you someday. And I don't know why my bow sounds like a grenade launcher.
Because it's a magical bow.
Was it the magical bow of cannon?
That's
Cannon
the
bow?
sound that the arrows make when they get.
Magical bow.
You got a 22.
22 is a hit.
Because it is a cannon.
I believe the 24 is the first attack.
No,
12.
it's not 2 attacks. It was disadvantage.
It was disadvantage.
Right.
12.
Yeah, you just the arrow grows large and you just hook it inside one of the eyes of this thing, and off comes the head. The whole thing falls down and shatters on top of the. What's it?
I told you, Sable. When we're done in here, I'm gonna teach you how to shoot a bow. And I put the bow back and go. That must be all of them, right? What the? Another one?
Oh, I guess we didn't.
There are several, I think.
Oh, okay.
I actually, before I pass the turn, I'm gonna hide behind Sierra. I'm gonna hide behind them because that's what he would do.
Okay. All right. Skeletons attacking. Let's see. One for Sable. That is a 12.
Sails past me.
One for Sierra. That is a 20. No, wait. No. It's
Yep.
16.
Oh no,
No.
that doesn't.
Sails past you too. And one for Echo. You have +2 AC right now. But it might not help because that's a 23.
This motherfucker shoots between both of them and hits me still. Yeah, it hits me.
You're above them. You're still 30 feet in the air. You
Oh,
didn't
that's
fly
true,
down.
yeah.
You have to use movement to go up and down. So maybe it's not really a stalagmite or a stalactite. It's just a thing that goes all the way to the roof, but it's thinner at the top. And even though you're small, this arrow, even it might have been aimed at one of the others, but it just and catches you for 4 piercing damage.
Oh,
You see Echo spin wildly.
Son
out.
of a!
are you all right? Are you all right?
Oh,
Come
you
down from there.
piece of shit! You make me bleed. I went right by my arm, right?
Sable, it's your turn.
I'm going to step out again from behind the stalagmite, fire an arrow, and get back.
All right. Can you actually see these guys?
I can.
You all have.
They're in a bit of dim vision, but I can see.
You
them.
have each other's vision, so you can only see 30 feet if you don't have dark vision. You can see what Echo can see at the moment, just because I thought it would be easier for the stream.
Yes. So if I can't see him, I would probably get into a position where I could see him. So I've moved 10, and perhaps there. And yes, I
you can
will
see another
fire
one.
away with my longbow. That's 22.
22, longbow on a halfling. Lucky you can use that, innit?
And
With that heavy property. Lucky you can use that, huh, halfling?
it's a ranger ability.
Yeah, I know.
And
Okay.
I'm familiar with this. This is the first time I'm using it, but so I have the archery fighting style, so I get a +2 on my damage, but it should already be in. And I will roll for damage.
Oh, I didn't see you roll the 22. Sorry.
Yes.
8 piercing damage on this guy. Yeah, you fire one up, very similar to what happened with Echo. You just you hit the pelvic bone of this thing. It shatters and breaks it. The thing falls over, and it kind of gets back up, and it's kind of shuffling around and kind of wildly aims the short bow in your direction.
I'm continuing my movement to get behind this part of the cave there. The last bit of my movement.
Sure, yeah. Sierra, your turn.
Is this one down?
Which one, sorry?
This one?
Nope,
Yes.
unfortunately
Right.
not. The yeah, so Sierra, your turn.
Yep, I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna move up here. Of course, can I attack this dude? Oh boy. Okay, and I am going to reach out my hands and I am going to shout, "A little learning is mountainous!" And I'm gonna cast a firebolt.
All right, you get disadvantage for that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
God.
Give me the attack roll.
God. 16.
A 16 is a hit. Yeah, give me the damage. 1? Are you kidding? How can I even do 1?
Can I use
Oh,
my
it's 1d10.
bless?
I'm fucking dumb. Not on damage, I don't think. Right?
Damn it. No, yeah, it's attack.
So, this pitiful, like, lighter amount of firebolt just spits out and kind of floats over to the skeleton, which is, like, really fucked up already, but you just... And you see it singe a portion of the skeleton, and it reacts vaguely to it, but it's still up. Unfortunately.
Oh! Fuck!
It's all right. I'm not judging you.
I'm judging myself.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you should hide behind the edge of the cave.
Echo, it's your turn. Everything that you can see, Echo, you can
Too
see.
upset.
The light is basically what you can see.
The first thing I do is move a little bit. So I'm going to move this. The place right there. I'm gonna move this. And oh god, there's a lot of skeletons up
Oh, God.
there. Rich. Way more than I thought they would. And then I just need to check something real quick. I gotta hold on here. I see you. I cannot hit you, but I can hit you, and I can hit you. You are getting shot. I'm gonna shoot the one in the middle since I can't shoot the one that's closest to me. And 7.
It's a natural 1.
Natural 1.
You're shooting at the one
The one in the middle.
in the middle. Okay, roll me a d20.
Ooh.
A 2. You fire, but the ammunition in your bow just falls to the ground, and you spend your entire action finding another arrow to knock.
It's too bad. What you doing? And then you just see Echo just boop, move down a little bit to get out of the way of getting shot at.
Great. Brings us to the skeleton starts. The one. Well, that's going to be 2 attacks to Sierra. Wait, they can see you now? Can he see you now? Yep. That sucks for you because that was a natural 1 on a disadvantage. But it wasn't on his actual normal attack because it wasn't with disadvantage, which means that is a 22.
Oh yeah, that hits me.
An arrow strikes you. Bam! 5 piercing damage to Sierra as an arrow. She's just standing in the middle of the passageway. There's the causeway up above you. They're about 35 feet above you, 5 feet above you, Echo. And it just arrow comes down, strikes you in the shoulder.
Sable, you were right. You were right.
Another arrow launches at you. This one with disadvantage, you'll be pleased to know. At a 13,
No,
you don't have the +2 anymore from the cover.
No, it does not hit me.
Cool. An arrow is going to launch at Echo from further away.
You could hit me?
On a 21?
You could hit me?
Maybe. Does a 21 hit you?
I'm pretty out of line of sight for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, didn't you aim at this one?
Yeah, but I moved down, so I'd be out of line of sight for them. That's what I moved down for. I hid myself.
All right, I'll give you a 3/4 cover, which is a +5 bonus to AC.
Okay.
So 21 miss or still hit?
15. It hits then because I don't have a 20.
I didn't know that. That sounds like I made it. Sounds like I was like, I'll give you a plus just enough to still hit, you dickhead. But that wasn't the case. I have no idea what any of your fucking stats are. 4. Nope. 5, 6 piercing damage. Curls around. It's like that fucking scene in that movie where they curl the bullets.
You see Echo not go down, but you see it like fall about 10 feet towards the ground, like spin around and fall like 10 feet down.
You're still up there, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Echo, are you still with us?
Kind of. That did not.
Perhaps
I'm bleeding from both arms.
use the stalagmite to protect yourself.
Thought I was. I thought I hid, but you got a curveball.
it's your turn, Sable. Just to give you the benefit of the doubt, Echo, you do have 2 potions on you. And you have the fast hands option, which means you can use that as a bonus action, I think.
Ooh,
Because you can do the use object thing.
I want to play a rogue so bad.
They're ridiculously broken, kinda. I mean, they're good. They're just damage and bullshit.
This was the one that I injured in the previous round, yes?
No, you injured this one, I think.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, all right. I will be firing my longbow at that creature again. Fortunately, it's not a good...
Yeah. Catches some deeper part of the cavern.
Perhaps it got caught on the sleeve of Sierra as she was flailing about. I moved back.
All right, Sierra, your turn. You are muted.
Very
I
quiet.
don't know what you're screaming about.
Thanks. I'm gonna cast Bane, and I'm gonna use the distance thingy that I have. Hold on, let me look at what it's called. Distant spell, meta magic. to make it go twice the distance, so up to 60 feet.
Okay.
Which should get all 3 of these skeletons here.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll allow it. It turns bless off. Not that anyone's used it.
Does it actually?
You can only do 1 concentration spell at a time.
Oh, yep. Fair enough.
The component for this spell is blood, which is disgusting,
Yep.
apparently.
Yep.
So,
Right here. Go ahead and use it.
okay, so you cast Bane on these guys. Up to 3 creatures must make charisma saving throws. If they fail, whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, they must roll a d4 and subtract the number. Nice. All right, rolling 3 charisma saves. This should be fucking good. Wow, that is a non-natural 1, a non-natural 1, and a non-natural 2. Because they have -3 on their charisma, probably because they don't have a fucking tongue. So a 1, a 1, and a 2 is just a fails all round. Amazing. They're all baned. Is that the end of your turn?
No, I will step back now.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Echo. Just doing the falling helicopter thing in the sky.
So he does like the falling helicopter thing, and as he's spinning to the ground, as it's spinning, it's slow motion, and it just all you hear in the background is, and I would do it, and it just like randomly comes on out of nowhere, and he just is chugging this little tiny potion of healing for a bonus action, by the way, because that's so cool that I can do that. God, I want to play a rogue. And then what is a regular potion? It's what? 1D, is it D8, right?
2d4 plus 2. Sorry, I'm being.
So
I didn't give you the stats. These potions
6.
are super small, for the record, and they look like they probably wouldn't have those effects on someone that wasn't tiny and 2 inches tall. For you, they're 2d4 plus 2. That is a 6, yeah. So you regain 6 HP.
You take out a thimble to drink from.
It's like a tiny little thimble. It's not even that, right? It's like a fucking dewdrop.
He spins, drinks it, turns back around, and like in slow motion, the song is still going on. So it's like drink, and as he spins, he takes his bow back off his back, and he's like, "Oh, you son of a..." And he pulls his bow back, and as he's doing it, he also like comes over a little bit so he can be in range, obviously, so he can actually see. And he comes straight out this time. He comes out here and looks at that one he shot, and he was just like, "Bleh." Shoots an arrow at him.
All right.
We have ourselves a 9.
A 9 is a miss.
He spins, shoots, misses, and looks and he goes. He goes back over, and this time I'm gonna put myself a little bit deeper hiding.
Okay.
A little deeper hiding this time.
Your Sable's in half cover, Sierra's in half cover from some, and you are in 3/4 cover. So +5 AC to you, +2 to Sable, and +2 to some of the ones coming at Sierra. In fact, I'll just do it one by one. Let's see. This one is going at Sierra with disadvantage anyway, because the range. Oh wait, no, it has the range. Okay.
Don't
never
forget
mind.
the Bane.
And the Bane, which is a D4 off the attack. A 1 off of that makes that a 12. Sierra? That's
No,
a
it
miss.
doesn't hit me.
You see it launch towards you. The weirdness of the Bane affecting the strange creature as it doesn't seem to be moving correctly anymore under this spell. The next one is this guy who's going to fire at Echo with normal attack, but you have +5 AC, making that a 17.
Miss.
Tries to curl it again. Actually, with the Bane, that's probably even lower. 16. Launches around the corner and ting, off of the icy roof above. And then the last one here is going to fire at Sierra as well, but you have a +2 to your AC for being in half cover this time, and the Bane makes that a 15. Wait. No, yeah, just a 15. I'm dumb.
Yeah, no, it doesn't hit me.
Yeah. Ting, 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 ting. These arrows are still being launched down the hallway towards you. Sable, brings us to your turn.
Yes. I will hop back out from the edge and fire again with my longbow. And say, you're not very interesting. If we could end this quickly, that would be nice. I would prefer to meet creatures that have tentacles or extra mouths, maybe eyes. I'm not sure.
Beaks and
A
brains
10.
and tentacles. The skeleton shouts back at you in skeleton. Well, why don't you try and actually hit us then? It doesn't really. 10 is a miss, unfortunately, as you fire another arrow into the ceiling.
Back behind the edge of the key.
Brings us to Sierra.
Oh boy. Yeah, I will do firebolt again. Oh wait, I don't even see that there are any still up. Okay.
True.
Yeah.
You can still
Echo,
fire it off with disadvantage, but
how many are there still?
I think I saw like 3, maybe 2. I think
Should
somewhere around there, like right around the corner. I don't even reach out. I just put my armor on the rock, and I just point. So I don't know what I'm pointing at. I just put my
Okay.
armor on the rock, like I
I'm
put
not sure
my
your
armor
arm is long enough to put around the rock.
I don't see any of them, and they seem pretty far down the corridor. I think I'm actually going to back up. See if they come our way. Yeah, so I'm going to back up right here.
All right, you back up.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, Echo.
You see Echo pop out again, pops back out, comes out, pulls the bow back again, and is like, you see like almost like a Kamehameha focus for a second this time. I'm gonna hit you this time. I'm not even gonna yell. I'm gonna keep full concentration, you little yeah.
22. That's a hit. Which one are you aiming at?
Huh?
Which one?
Oh, I was shooting the one in the middle, the one closest to the dead one. The
This
one
one?
below that one. Yep.
Yeah, you hook it in the eye again. Off with its head. This one is destroyed. It falls into a pile of bones on the ground.
Don't worry. It seems to be 2 more. 2 more, everybody. 2 more. I got this. Don't worry. I'll take them out. And then I peek back around and go back to my little spot again.
All right. The 2 skeletons here. One will fire at, I guess, Sable. You both have 3/4 cover. That is a 13 Sable. You have
Misses.
+5 AC. Echo, you have +5 AC. That's a miss as well, because that's a 3 and a 2. I don't need to add any bullshit to that. Tung tung. Misses you. Sable, your turn.
Yes, I'm going to hop out to well, I suppose about there. And I will try to fire away at the skeleton there. I can just barely see. And first I will use a special ability that I have called Slayer's Prey. And what that will do is it will, as a bonus action, I can make a creature that I can see the target of Slayer's Prey, and every time that I hit the target with a weapon, it takes an extra 1d6 of damage, and I can change the target.
Okay.
I will shoot my longbow. 17.
17 is a hit.
It's for 13 plus an additional 2 for 15.
You explode it. You just hit it square in the center of its breastplate. The bones inside shatter and break, and it just ruins this thing. All of the arms and bones and legs and bones and feet and bones and head and bones fall off.
We'll move back there.
All right, Sierra is
Sorry.
eating mince pies off
Sorry.
camera.
Sorry,
What the fuck is happening?
Crackers with peanut butter.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. What's the range on this? Oh, it just says within range. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
Not doing
Nope.
anything?
Sierra.
Echo?
Oh, first thing I'm gonna do is need to make sure I measure this out again real quick. Yep, right there. Gonna go up to right about there. And then after I go right about there, I gotta redo a measurement real quick. Son of a bitch. All right, hold on. Maybe from here. Fuck, no.
Stay away from that oil.
Well, I fly in the air. I fly right over the oil. The oil ain't got shit on me.
Well, if they light it on fire,
What if it's not oil? What if it's goo? I'm gonna take a shot at it with disadvantage because I want to be able to get back into cover. Disadvantage. I shoot at you. 15.
15 is still a hit.
Whoa. You see him. You see him come out of that little spot real quick. He comes out, and as he's crossing over, because eventually he's gonna come to over. He's eventually gonna come to right there. But as he's doing it, you see him spin. Lets go of the bow and tries to kill that last one with a 9 piercing.
9 piercing damage. It's big damage.
I look over at Echo. Did I hit it? Tell me I hit it.
You hit
Tell
it.
me, Sable, did I hit
The
it?
jaw.
Tell me it's
Launches
dead.
off.
Tell me I don't even need to look. Tell me it's dead, Sable. Did I get it?
Do you want me to be honest or lie to you?
Well, that's for later. You can lie to me later, but for now, tell me the truth. What's the truth?
I believe I still hear some bones moving around.
An arrow just lands in the ice near you, Sable.
Son of a bitch.
Confirmation, it is still alive.
I'll get his ass, don't you worry. Sable, we're gonna do this together, all right?
Yes.
Your turn, Sable.
Yes. I will take my action to I will cast a spell on my friend Echo, the Long Strider spell at level 1, which will give him an additional 10 feet of movement.
nice.
And that's all for my turn.
All right, Sierra.
I'm gonna go ahead and move up. This. Okay, yep. Okay, I'm gonna come here. I guess I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna do a fire spell at disadvantage. Can I do that at disadvantage?
What do you? Yeah. You want to just try and hit the guy in the dark?
If
Yeah.
Ring
Mm-hmm.
attack, then you would use disadvantage like normal.
Okay. Perfect. Oh God.
10 is a miss. A firebolt launches off down the narrow passageway there. Fire near that oil. Echo,
Yeah.
your turn.
First thing I do is
light it on fire. To be honest.
I move the old 10-feener wiener.
Mm.
And then, let's see, 35. So I'm going to move one more up real quick since I got that extra 10. And then I'm going to take it one more pot. So I just kind of creep around the corner. I'm like, Sable, watch this one. This is going to be good. And
I'm behind the corner. I can't really see.
well, pick your head out. Why don't you pick your head out? You're going to see this and watch
There
it,
are
all right?
several arrows that have landed nearby. I don't want
You're
to
getting hit by an arrow. It's an arrow. I got hit twice in the arm, and I'm a pixie. Come on. And I come around the corner, and as I come around the corner, I spin it.
being hit by arrows.
This one with no disadvantage, though. This one's just standard.
22 is a
20.
hit.
2.
At
12
least
piercing.
hit by some
Yeah.
teeth, to
Absolutely
keep
destroy
um,
the last skeleton.
continuously mumbling.
Destroy the last skeleton.
I got
And
it!
there's a moment where you notice that there's no more chattering. Has all stopped.
Did we do it? I think we did it. I don't hear anything.
I did it. I got it. Don't
Some
worry.
of the
They're all
bones
gone.
fall off the top and land in the goop.
Well, shall we move on?
Yeah, probably. You should come back here though. I'm gonna try to light this on fire.
You're gonna light the oil on fire.
Yeah, and then it'll
Okay.
burn away, and then we can pass by without any
I'm going
problem.
to take out my tinder box and I'll throw a match on the oil.
Oh, perfect.
And it is at that point that we cut back to Iridir in and
I love you, Whack.
Iridir needs to pee. You can tell he's been sitting while he's telling the story, 19 and Rin. While he's been telling this fucking story, he's been shifting for the last 5 minutes, telling the.
They killed all the skeletons? All of them?
Yes, it was rather harrowing. You see, for such a simple sort of encounter, it took them quite a long time. It was a rather disappointing experience for the lot of them. But
Well,
it was a learning experience, and I think that's what's really important here.
What about the oils?
Well, just hold that thought. And I
All right.
Iridir
Run
gets
off.
Keep
up,
going.
head jumps over
Hello?
Drift's sleeping body and runs into the forest to pee. And that's where we're going to take a break, because I also need to pee. As the storyteller telling the story of the storyteller telling the story, this is some meta shit. Join us after the break for more meta shit, meta magic from the sorcerer, who is in the party at the moment. The best class in D&D. Changed my mind. See you in 5 minutes or so. Thanks for hanging out with us here. I know it's Christmas. I know some of you don't care, like me and Tiger and Whack. I know that some of you kind of don't care, like PB. And I know that some of you are just here like avoiding your family, like, oh, I've got this really important homework to do, and then you've run off and you're watching this. So either way, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a few minutes to return to the icy cavern of the Moonlands and find out what the hell's going on with that oil. Oh my god, maybe it's just oil, or maybe it's a portal to another dimension. Find out soon enough. Bye.
Hi.
We
Ah!
have returned.
Ivan!
We return.
Make the goobers noise to come back.
I don't
We, we return. Talking of goo, in the icy cavern, Sierra, Echo, Lima, Charlie, and Sable are in the icy cavern.
Oh, sorry, 19. I had to relieve myself a little. It's a natural
Red,
process.
wake up! She fell asleep during your
I'm just
story.
meditating. I'm meditating. My eyes are closed. I'm just
Fell asleep
concentrating.
during your story. I watched her.
I
She
was-
started snoring and everything.
It's very offensive, frankly, Irina.
For the record, the director cut straight back into the story here. For a reason. I didn't forget. It's just we're picking up in the story. All right. You got all night, okay? Some of us celebrate Christmas and want to get back to our turkey dinner.
The lie. You all know.
I genuinely have no food in the house and don't know what I'm going to eat after this because I can't get food on Christmas Day. Every Christmas Day, I
Some
stop.
leftover
We
baked
can order
ham.
you Chinese. You still haven't done that thing yet.
It's
have you?
midnight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's no
dear.
food for me. Welcome to living in the UK on Eastern time. So, now that Wax Stevens back in the game, thank you, Wax Steven.
You immediately like grow your hair out so that it looks like that, and then wear a hood always. It looks so good.
I require hair to grow out. It's
Feel sorry for
unfortunate.
anyone who is watching the MP3. Make sure you go and look at the VOD later on so you can see how he looks. Sable, Sierra, and Echo, you've defeated the skeletons. They appear to have exploded into bones and fallen apart there inside their armor, which is odd looking. And some of the bones fall off and land in the goop, the oil that's kind of like lightly across the floor in some of these areas. You can see that the area, the thin passageway ahead of you runs for about 35 feet before it comes to a little bridge. It looks like the cave falls inwards over there, and then there's a bridge or a thin, I shouldn't say a bridge really, a thin piece of ice that runs across the cavern, the chasm that acts like a bridge is a better way to put it. But what do you do now?
Did we successfully light it on fire?
I didn't know what are you lighting on fire now?
Yeah, I think
We lit the. I used a match. for
Oh,
my
okay.
toolbox.
Which one do you light on fire? Which side?
The right side.
The right side? You
Yes.
light the oil on fire. Where the oil is, you see no flame. The flame immediately hits the oil, and as the flame spreads across the oil like it does very quickly, that as the flame moves across the oil, the ice underneath just disappears and parts. It's like it makes a hole underneath. There's no fire, but there's also no oil and no ice. What appears in front of you is a hole underground, an endless bottomless pit where the oil was.
we may have
Perhaps-
made a mistake.
Perhaps we should try the location where the skeletons were.
The ice returns. The oil above it seeps up out of the ground.
Can I pick up a chunk of rock and throw it on the oil?
Yeah. It
What
hits.
happens when I do that?
Same
It
thing as the
stays-
bones. It hits
it
the
doesn't
oil.
go
And,
down?
yeah. This now looks like ground with oil above it.
Oh,
I
hey,
am-
look at that, Sable.
Well, is this some sort of magic? Can I?
Give me an
would
Arcana
I
check.
know? Oh, very well.
Probably on a 9.
Nine.
It for sure seems it's got to be magical. This doesn't look like a mechanical trap at all. Some sort of strange magical effect when you light this oil that allows for it to turn into a hole instead of be fire. But how it works, what's going on there, pretty much no idea.
Echo, I have some rope. Maybe you can see if there's a place to tie it, and we can go to the area above the oil.
To tie shit. You're always asking me to. Give me the rope. Come on. Give me the rope.
It just seems like the most.
Give me
practical
the rope.
application
Come
of
on.
skills. So I figured that we could.
I swear to God,
Advantage.
I am gonna
Here.
wake you up in the middle of the night with a little needle, and I'm gonna pierce one of your ears if you don't give me that damn rope. Give me the rope.
What a very specific threat.
Well, sometimes you get drunk. Anyways, give me the rope.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll tie the other end to this stalagmite here.
All right. And I fly up and do Sable's bidding.
Okay.
Holy diver.
And yeah, you can tie a rope to that. What do you do then?
Me?
Whoever's doing what with this rope.
I tied one end of the rope to the stalagmite on the ground over here,
Okay.
and Echo was taking the other end of the rope to fly up and see if he could find something to attach it to, so we can climb up.
Fly up to where? The causeway on the right?
Yes.
Yeah, Echo, you fly up.
Mhm.
There's another stalagmite. You fly upwards and you see a stalagmite that looks like it would serve you pretty well to tie a rope to.
I start flying around it a couple times. Fly through the rope again. Fly underneath the rope. Like I'm tying it with flying without my hands.
Yeah.
Tighten it.
Okay. So now you have a rope tied to stalagmites up 35 feet on the right hand side. You potentially use it to climb up onto where the skeletons were along a ledge.
Perhaps,
got it.
Sierra, we can use this to climb up. I think it would be.
Or you could
It's a
fly.
great idea.
You could both fly.
We can't. You know that.
He flies away.
You are the skilled aviator amongst us.
You damn right.
And I will start climbing the rope to try and make my way up to the causeway.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
I'm so good at those. It's a 10.
10, just about good enough. You struggle a little bit climbing up this rope, using your feet to sort of propel yourself upwards, and you slip a lot on the ice. It's less about your strength and more about holding on long enough to be able to climb up this thing. It takes you a lot longer than it should do to climb up, but eventually you land on the causeway and in a pile of bones and armor. But you make it up the 35 feet onto the ledge.
Sierra?
Okay.
Your
I
turn.
mean,
A 6. You struggle. You're trying to pull yourself up, and you slip on some ice. You maybe go up 5 feet, slip back down, land on your legs, and
I've read about this, but I've never actually attempted to do this, and it's quite difficult.
Yes, it's a little cold, and the rope burns a little, but you try using your legs to push yourself.
Just dangling there, holding on with her arms, flailing like, I don't know how to get up here. Try using my legs. Okay, can I maybe if I just stick my foot in the ice here.
give me
I'm trying to
another
Mash
athletics
my
check.
foot. Oh god.
16. Yeah,
16.
mashing your
Okay.
feet into the ice kind of works. You find a few like purchase holds and you make your way up. It's slow goings again, but you get there eventually. You jump up onto the causeway and into this pile of bones and armor, and echoes flying around. Sable's in front of you.
I need a minute.
You all right?
Just out of breath a little bit.
Why? Too much heat?
No.
What happened? Too much weight?
Freezing
What
and
happened?
No, I just.
I got a
no,
regiment for that.
I I
I
know.
wait a
I don't get out
whole-
much. I don't get out much. I'll just be honest with you. I go to the pub and that's about it.
So you just drink.
Yeah.
I could tell you right now, that's exactly why you're struggling and you're out of breath. You got to start doing some jumping jacks in the morning or something.
Jumping jacks?
Yep. Let me show you. And I start doing jumping jacks.
On the
But
ground.
you're not actually jumping anything. You're just
Well, I'm
floating in the air.
but I'm
Does that
showing
require any
you.
effort on your part.
Yeah, if I'm on, I fly to the ground. I get to the ground. I start doing jumping jacks, but I'm really hovering off the ground a little bit. What?
Okay, well maybe I'll try that. Yeah.
Hey, Wiz.
I'm starting to draw
Oh!
the Ventruvian man, but
What the hell?
using Echo as a diagram for the jumping jack maneuver.
Okay.
How did you get behind me? I do the sneaking. How the hell did you get behind me?
You were making grunting noises when you were doing your jumping jacks. It wasn't difficult.
Did I drink something?
I don't know. Did you?
Haven't been watching you.
Would you like to? I mean, I do have.
Many things to.
You got something I could drink?
I do. Remember, he gave me that
over here.
bourbon. Was it
It was
bourbon?
fine.
What did he give me?
Don't
I don't drink.
Can I get a drink of that by chance? I
Yes,
mean,
sure.
Drinking, I was.
I'm hurting a little bit. Maybe it'll help me.
Yeah. Are you actually still hurting?
Why? Yeah, why? What's up? It hurts.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
hold my arms open. Look at these things. I got slices. Kind of like tattoos. They leave scars. They could be good ones.
just come here. Come here. I
All
hold
right.
out my hand,
I fly over to her hand.
and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on the both of us using that twin ability.
God damn. Divine Soul sorcerers
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
can fuck off.
Uh,
From the DM's perspective. From the player perspective, that's fucking awesome.
yeah.
From the DM's perspective,
Okay.
they can
1d8.
fuck off.
Okay.
Your access to
What are
the
you doing
full
here?
set of cleric spells. 5 healing.
For each of us.
Ooh.
Was the minimum
Tender.
roll.
What are you saying?
Sorry. What?
That was the minimum roll.
Wow. Okay. Have you seen my sheet? The crippling self-doubt and anxiety. Like, are you just doing that on purpose?
It was the theme for this evening so far.
This is savage attacks.
Hey.
So what are you guys doing? You moving
Oh,
on?
me too, what?
You moving
Wasn't
in?
necessarily referring to you exclusively.
What are you?
Just me and my character.
As well.
What are you guys
Hey,
doing
there's a
next?
little hallway over here. We can maybe check out this hallway or something.
There's actually a tunnel. Ahead of you is a small tunnel, only a few feet across. Anyone who is a medium creature will have to crawl. It looks like it descends downwards, a bit like a slide, and it looks like it curves around to the left.
Oh my goodness.
Are you all right, Sierra?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to crawl
Did you
through
drink
here.
some of the strange liquid that Echo says that he partook?
The bourbon? No,
Bourbon.
bourbon.
brandy.
I think it was bourbon. Brandy. It was brandy. Sorry, I don't drink. Brandy.
You got? Can I get a little? I pull out like a thimble. Come on, just a little.
I could probably unscrew the cap and let you smell it, and you'd be drunk. You're so tiny.
Let me see.
All right,
Let
you
me
wanna
figure
try?
it out myself.
All right,
I
give
pull
him a
it out
smell.
and I unscrew the cap.
Do
I sniff it. I don't even take a drink. I sniff it, Brad,
all right,
first.
give me a Constitution saving throw.
I got a fucking 4.
Wow. Yeah, you become a little intoxicated from just the smell of this thing. It is poison, dude. You're a woodland fey creature. This is poison to you.
It's like a slow motion, like it comes on. It's come up. I'm like, oh, that is some good shit.
Oh, really?
To the tunnel.
That
I
good?
go to the tunnel.
Okay.
I'll
you're
take
flying
it.
in.
I'll just take it right out of the glass. I don't put the
Okay.
cap back on.
Just taking a little sip.
Oh yeah, just a tiny one.
Okay.
fine.
Warms you up. You Echo flies into the tunnel and zips away down the tunnel. What are you two doing?
I will. It. Perhaps we should.
Give me a dexterity
Follow
saving
him?
throw.
Yes. 17.
You slip
was-
and fall into the tunnel
Oh, perfect.
and start
I'm gonna-
sliding down on your ace, halfling.
I'm sort of standing as it happens, and I'm just noticing that I'm starting to slowly slide. Perhaps we should follow.
I go ahead and I crawl after them.
You crawl after them. Give me a dexterity saving throw. No, you just start slipping as well, and then you land on
God,
your
no.
chest, and then you start
Oh.
sliding down the tunnel. You each start moving down. Echo, you're moving quite quickly, but Sable and Sierra suddenly slide underneath as they're
I'm
going.
singing 80s metal song as I fly down the hallway.
They slide away, and they're kind of. This thing is now going downwards, and it feels like it's bearing left a long way as you bobsled, down to the downwards. Give me perception checks with disadvantage, apart from Echo, who has advantage.
13.
5.
A 13, a
I have
5,
5.
And you have yourself a 16.
a 16. Sable, you're sliding down. You're first. You see Echo as you slide faster than Echo is able to fly. And ahead of you, you see those little hooks. Barely catch them in the wall. What do you want to do? Reaction. The little hooks like you saw in the walls
The
coming in.
If I see the hooks, do I do?
They're
So
about an
I-
inch
I-
off the floor.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a dagger ahead of me, to try and trip the trap.
You want to trip the trap? Okay, give me an attack
the
roll
trap.
with a ranged dagger attack.
All right.
A 14.
22, unless that was with
Oh. No, you can have advantage. 22. Either way, it's a hit, to be honest. Give me the damage.
Yes.
Lol, doesn't matter. You trip the wire. You hear a ka-chung as a hole opens somewhere up above you, and something starts to roll down
God, what's
the tunnel
happening?
from behind. You two are sliding downwards. Echo, you're actually trailing behind, surprisingly. Everyone can make one action before the boulder reaches you. What would you like to do?
Oh my god.
Yes.
How
That's
far behind am I?
Not too far. You're all like within 10 feet of each other.
so. I will try and speed up my descent.
Yeah? How?
I'm going to dig one of my weapons into the ground and just try to propel myself forward as quickly as possible.
Nice. Yeah. I guess give me Dex check. I don't know what that
It's an
check
8,
is.
Unfortunately.
Hey, you dig it into the ground and it kind of slows you down a little bit. It doesn't really do a lot. Doesn't really change much for you. Sierra, what do you want to do?
I'm going to reach. I'm going to try anyway because I'm like on my stomach, but I feel like I know my component bag fairly well. So I'm going to reach in really quickly and grab what I feel is a scroll or like a little parchment with text on it. And I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith on both of us with the twin ability.
Okay. You twin a spell.
Oh, sick.
How many
Yeah.
twin spells can you do?
I think 3. That's
3?
it.
So
Yeah.
you twin Shield of Faith on you and Echo, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Echo, what do you want to do? You look around and this thing, just an icy boulder just rolls around the corner and is now coming straight at you.
It's pretty far ahead of me to get away from it, right? Like, because I have an idea.
You don't see the end, but this thing is curving downwards, so because it's turning, you don't know where the end is.
So because I'm so small and kind of sneaky, I want to fly straight up and look for like somewhere that basically I could like put myself in
Yeah.
so that the boulder can just go right by me. So I
Alright.
want to sneak into something.
Yeah. I guess
I'm just
give
looking
me.
for an excuse to use my sneak skill because I have fucking 8 in stealth.
You can't stealth from it. It can't
I
see
know.
you. It's a boulder. I tell you what I'll do is I'll give you advantage on your dex save, as everyone needs to make me dex saves now.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. 20.
19 for me.
10.
20, 20, 10.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's 20. Sorry.
Yeah. 20, 20, 10. So, Echo, the thing rolls up on you. You just squeeze up into the corner. The tunnel is kind of squarish, so there's a little area that you can just you fly up to and just stick to the roof and squeeze in, and the boulder just rolls past you. It then smacks Sierra in the back. Give me 2d8, Sierra.
Oh, boy.
Big icy boulder, just you are on your front, and it just bang, it hits you and crushes you. It kind of slows down a little bit as it rolls over your big human body, and you get flattened cartoonishly, but it's not as funny because it really hurts. And it rolls over you, slows down just enough to allow Sable to slide it. And Sable, you slide out the end. You slide into a very large open domed kind of cavern, again naturally formed, and you slide and just dip to the left as the boulder rolls past you. It rolls to the far wall and just breaks into ice and shatters into 1,000 pieces. Then an injured looking corpse of Sierra slides out across the ice a little bit as well. A few seconds later, there's the twinkle of fluttering
An
wings.
unceremonious sort of plop when she falls off because of the lost speed.
It's just straight out onto the ice. So she just slides out starfish style across the ice. She probably the room here is maybe 25 feet across, almost a perfect circle. Cavernous in that it domes up above you. At its highest point, it's probably about 30 feet high. There is an exit way on the opposite side to the tunnel where you came in. There's another one to your left that appears to be the bridge that you guys saw at the other end of the oil passageway. And in the center of the room, Sierra, you stop. You come to a slow stop, dong, against a strange kind of slab. It's like a raised grey slab piece of stone in the center of the room.
Oh, what is this? Sable.
I'll fly down. Hey, how you guys do? Oh,
Are you? Were you? Are you?
all right.
Are you all right?
You okay?
Get out of bed in the morning. This is awful.
Hold on. Don't move. Oh God, don't move. We go around to the back. There's a little tiny baby little needle thing looking like it's stuck in her back. Hold on. Drink your teeth for a minute.
What? Oh, what? Did you
What,
just
you didn't
touch
feel
me?
that?
No,
There's a little piece of ice I got you.
I'm in a lot of pain right now. That I didn't feel anything, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
What's that?
Well, let me.
What is that thing?
I might be able to help a little bit.
Do it.
I'm going to place my hand on her back and we'll cast Cure Wounds.
Oh.
Oh.
For 5.
Oh, I feel much
Not
better.
great.
Thank you. No, that's great. You did.
All right. Well, it heals your 4 damage that you took from the icy ball, and it heals you over a little extra, and you feel a little better. You're in this domed room, or sort of cavern. I keep saying room and bridge, but really imagine everything is relatively naturally looking, formed. Ice on all sides, nothing really discernible apart from this single grey slab in the center and the exit, or 2 exits really, if you want to go back over the bridge. Or onwards, there's a sort of shadowed tunnel on the other end of the room. Cavern.
Going to take a look at the shadowed room area, cave thing.
Yeah, it's a very short tunnel, maybe about 15 feet, and it leads into
Lighted torch as well.
It looks like it leads into what could essentially be an identical room to the one that you're in.
Okay, who you like that torch? You almost started me on fire. That's twice.
I mean, I can light something else.
I told you
Would
before
prefer not to use
that
fire.
You shouldn't rest yourself on my shoulder. It's kind of perfect burning height for torches.
Well, what do you think we should do? You're the big guys here. Where should we go? Can you fit there? We can try.
Well, if the room is similar to this one,
Skeletons. Yep.
there may be skeletons up there, but
Want me to go ahead and look?
I mean,
would you
if
mind
can.
terribly?
All right, give me a second here. Cracks his knuckles, and as he cracks his knuckles, he goes invisible.
What? That's cool.
Very nice.
Super
You go invisible and move into the next room, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you walk into the next room and it's another kind of naturally formed cavern, very similar in size and shape to the one that you're in. There's a stalagmite that runs
Yes,
all the
mites.
way up the center of the room, and another one of those kind of strange, it's like a little causeway on the right-hand side that kind of moves upwards and around. At the top of the causeway, you can see a strange little shape. Something on the other end of the room. At the center of the room, there's another grey stone slab, kind of square in shape. Doesn't look like any skeletons. You can give me a perception check to really inspect the room.
This for you, Bradley. Perception check has been submitted as a 14.
14. Give me a nature check.
Nature check, you say? Yes, here. I have done it. It is a 16.
Something shifts and moves on the other side of the room.
What was that?
And you feel the presence of another creature turn its face on you. I say face because it has no eyes. It is a terrible looking, horrible creature that turns to you.
Is it horse breath?
It looks like as it lifts slowly upwards and begins to float, looking directly at you, Echo. A bulbous floating brain with a wide, sharp beak and 10 long tentacles made of hundreds of ring-shaped muscles, sheathed in fibrous hides with barbs at the end of each one. Its little beak opens, brain with a beak and tentacles, and just it starts to float across the room towards you.
Oh my!
It
Oh!
for sure wants to eat you.
Oh!
This creature, Echo, you're aware of, is a fucking terrible, horrible, monstrous thing known as a Grell. And you've never seen one in real life. You've only ever heard of them. Please give me some initiatives. That's right, everybody. It's my favorite monster in
Even
the whole
invisible can see me, right?
monster manual. It seems like it, yeah. It's coming straight for you as soon as you come into the room. Sorry. I know invisibility is super cool. And
Oh, no, it's all right.
nobody.
It's only the second time you've ever screwed me out of invincibility.
I know it happened last time. I remember.
It happened in Poople Cakes too.
The Grell is my favorite creature in the entire monster manual, and I've put it in here just as a little Christmas gift to myself, frankly. Merry Christmas, me. It's a Grell. Let's roll with advantage for its initiative because I love it so much. I'm kidding, but it's still got a 17. Who am I missing? Sierra.
Sierra.
Yeah.
Should probably roll for initiative.
I mean, she just might not be in there. She just might not be in the fight.
Yeah. It's never gonna happen. Sorry. 1 second.
What is a fight, if you will?
13.
13. All right, so the Grell goes first. I'm just fixing my dynamic lighting because I kind of just bullshitted my way through this corridor thing here. You came from this thing. You came from this way, just for the record. So you guys, Sierra, probably there. Sable, you're probably there. And Echo, you probably here. As you enter the room, ignore the crazy dynamic line. I don't know why it doesn't work, and I don't care anymore. I just don't care, because there's a Grell coming at you as it moves across the room. It hovers its way over towards you. Snapping its beak. It has found its dinner. A tasty, yummy, nom 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 sprite. It hovers all the way over towards you, and it is for sure about to eat you when you can do something, because it's your turn. It's used its whole bullshit to get to you.
It's like comes up to me and it's got its mouth open, and I assume it's got its mouth open about to eat me, and then I just kind of like I look at it and it just goes just like yawn. And I'm like, listen,
Did you see the tentacles? It has a beak. It's a beak.
Okay, Church.
beak.
Focus. You can study it after we kill it.
I will.
I
Very
know.
much so.
I think I just about got ate.
What do you want to do?
As it
Echo?
opens its mouth, if it's like still yawning a little bit, the first thing I want to do is I want to pull back my bow and I want to shoot inside of its mouth. I want to shoot an arrow right inside of its mouth. Now I have a question, because it is literally right in front of me, and I know the typical is the opposite of this, but since it's right in front of me and I'm so small, can I potentially get advantage because it's so close?
That's some shenanigans.
Typically, you
I
get
like it.
disadvantage
Exactly. Yeah. You see, I'm so
for a
small.
ranged attack against something so close to you. Because you're so small, I won't give you advantage, but you can make a normal attack.
Okay.
You can take disadvantage to try and aim in its mouth. And
Oh, to
potentially
aim
get
in
a-
its mouth, I can take
so-
disadvantage?
You can take disadvantage to aim in its mouth and potentially get a bonus.
I'll take disadvantage. 17.
17. 17's in the chat is a hit in the mouth.
Roll for 12 piercing damage to the throat.
Zwölf piercing damage to the Grell.
yes, it's
Ja, das ist Zwölf.
You like it?
Ja.
Oh.
The bow, you fire the arrow into the Grell's mouth.
In the
Oh, in the mouth.
Oh, in the mouth.
The Grell screeches, ah!
Oh.
Please, do not shoot me in the mouth.
You don't want to be.
Doesn't really, I'm just trying to buy myself time to get into the fucking bullshit that I've got set up. Where is it? There we go. All right, so, let's see. Roll me a d20, my boy.
D20, you said. Is that what you spoke to me?
Yes.
I will roll you one D20.
I don't know what Merry Christmas is in German, but I know that Christmas tree is Tannenbaum. Oh Tannenbaum, ich mache meine Hausaufgaben. I don't know what the words are. 20, what did you roll? 9.
9 extra damage.
Okay. You see the Grell react terribly. The arrow inside its mouth, it launches its like bulbous brain-like head backwards, and you may make a melee attack against it right now as a reaction.
Question.
Yes.
Because I have that dumb thingy, you know, the thing that lets me like whatever it's called, that lets me like disengage and stuff on a bonus action.
Yeah.
Can I use that before I attack to fly behind it for the melee attack damage? So I can.
You can fly behind it anyway.
Oh, okay.
On your movement. You don't leave its threat range. You're just flying around it.
Oh, okay. So I fly to the back of it and I go to attack it with this thorn sword you've given me.
You have a thorn sword. It's just a thorn, but you made it into a sword.
My sword of thorns. Do I get a
Thorn
do I
sword
get,
19. 19's in the chat.
So I don't know how that works with advantage.
Fucking
disadvantage
double
bars
you
being
don't
behind
get-
people.
you don't get
So you
anything.
don't get it. How does that work with rogues? Like if you like are using like daggers and stuff? Because I assume it's not just getting by them because you need a surprise attack for stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, rogues. Certain types of rogues have different bonuses for
Question I
things
can
like
ask
surprise
later, too.
attacks and stuff. With you in general, if they're the thing, if it was just a normal thing, it would follow you around, right? If there's another person engaged and two of you are fighting it at the same time, then you have someone next to it and you stab it. They treat it like a sneak attack because it's distracted with two of you, so it's probably looking at the other one, and it's your sneak attack that will give you that advantage because there's no one else around. Essentially, the Grell knows where you are, so it doesn't do anything. And I don't run flanking because flanking is ridiculous most of the time. 3 piercing, another 3 piercing, so in
Then I'm
total you
gonna
deal
move away from
15 damage to the Grell as it screeches at these terrible wounds that you have dealt to it. Sierra, it is your turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bane.
Bane. Okay, yeah, you cast Bane on the Grell. It needs to do a charisma save, if I recall. That is most assuredly a fail. It is being baned.
Amazing.
Anything else?
Okay. No, actually.
Sable Tenpenny.
I will move up the ridge here and up to here and that right there. And I will move my Slayer's Prey onto the creature that I am very excited about, mumbling the entire time. Oh, I can't wait to cut it open and look inside. This is going to be the best day ever. And I will fire my longbow at the creature.
greatest day never goes away. 15 is a hit.
This will be with an additional d6 because of Slayer's Prey. 7 plus another 2, so 9.
9 damage to the Grell as an arrow launches. It sticks into like a thick, meaty part at the back of this bulbous floating area, and you see it jab into one of the top parts of one of these tentacles, which falls kind of limp as the others are kind of all up and around and searching. Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Grell.
It's also the name of the Grell.
Grell.
Grell the Grell.
Grell the Grell. Grell the Grell flies towards you, Sable. And it makes whipping at you. It starts whipping at you with its tentacles.
Interesting.
Let's see here. That is a 20, not a natural 20.
That is a hit.
Oh wait,
I
Bane.
was
Hold on. It's baned.
still going to hit me.
That is an 18. Still gonna hit you. Okay.
Yes.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes, as I study its tentacles that whip towards my face. Wow, are those segmented?
You take 3 piercing damage and you pass the con save for the poison that secretes from the barbed tentacle that slashes at you and barely catches, like nicks your arm a little bit for 3 piercing damage. You see the poison run along some of your leathers or something. Then it's going to try and bite you with its Grell beak with a baned 16.
Yes, that is still a hit.
The Grell beak bites you, clamps down. This is way worse. Roll me a d6.
Two.
Nice. Clamps down on your hand. The Grell beak. Terrible. But you don't lose a finger as it crunches down and pecks and rips a strip of flesh out from your hand.
Poison, yes.
No poison,
the
no.
Tentacles done. I'm not sure if they're still segmented. My vision is slightly blurry.
They're a little segmented. Echo, it's your turn. You're muted.
A bit louder, Echo. I don't usually say this, but
Hey.
It's his tiny voice. Only Echo hears Echo like this. To the rest of it, is it still that twinkly, sparkly Tinkerbell voice?
I'm gonna come out, and I'm gonna, and I'm gonna shoot it with my magical bow in the back of the dome.
All right.
Swing.
Dome
13.
that bitch. 13 is a hit.
12 piercing damage.
God damn. A giant arrow appears in the middle of the air and strikes the Grell, dealing 12 piercing damage. Oh, you have sneak damage. Add sneak attack. You can just click sneak attack, I think.
6 extra. So
An
18
extra
total.
6 damage. Yeah, part like the back of this Grell is like it rips the flesh off from your hand, Sable, and then suddenly it boom. It kind of like lets out a screech and is rolled forward in the air as it hovers. There's a huge arrow in the back of its bulbous brain thing. Brings us to Sierra, unless you do something else, Echo. I don't know what else you would do.
Only thing I'm gonna do is go back behind the thingy.
Okay.
That's it.
Sierra, your turn.
I'm going to use the sorcery point to cast Cure Wounds on Sable.
You gotta be touching them.
Nope, not with the sorcery point.
Oh, you're doing
It
the
allows
thing.
me to, yeah, it allows me
Yeah,
to
the
turn
distance
into
spell.
the-
Goddamn divine soul sorcerer. Fuck this. This is a no from me whenever someone asks.
You told me to be this.
I mean,
You're
in
like-
an actual game, not a one shot.
Oh.
You can be
Okay.
you could be like, I'm just gonna play Rambo and make up the stats myself as we go, and I'll be like, fine, just fucking start playing and stop talking about John's fucking underwear. 12 healing.
Not John's.
No, you don't know. You don't know
That's
that.
true.
That's true.
Um,
I'm healed
12
for
healing.
12.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The tangents. Sable Tenpenny. It's your turn.
Seeing the Grell up close is extremely exciting. But for now, I will have to make sure that I am able to survive this fight. I will
Maybe back off.
I will cast Zephyr Strike, which will allow me to move like the wind. Until the spell ends, I don't provoke opportunity attacks, and my next attack will be with advantage. So I run away to here, and I will then fire my bow with my regular action at the Grell with advantage.
Okay. In over 1,000 years, this spell is renamed to Raja Strike. That's canon.
It's a crit,
Natural 20. Give me that damage.
so that's the Zephyr Strike damage is also doubled.
Give me all the damage. Tell me the amount.
7 plus 2d8
Plus the Slayer.
plus the Slayer, which is also double.
I remember why I hated Raja for an entire campaign.
This is 11. This is an 18 damage.
18 damage. How do you want to kill the Grell?
As in the least damaging to its features as possible. So I hit it with precision so that I hit the arrow right through one of its important brain pieces.
That's exactly what happens. The Grell falls limp to the ground. The tentacles stop moving around, and the Grell's tongue falls loose out of its beak. It is dead.
Success!
I rush over.
Oh,
I start studying it immediately.
I'll never get used to that. The way she does that. You know, she gets focused on her next test subject and
Is it?
goes crazy and
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm peeking
It's-
around the corner. Is it
oh,
dead?
it's dead. Oh, it's dead.
It's quite dead. Notice the
Very
blood
dead.
that's leaking out. It's a strange
that
dark
blue?
red to purple color. You'll notice though, as it leaks, the color begins to change once it's exposed to the air. Very intriguing.
Oxidizing?
I go over and stab it twice with my thorn sword.
Excuse me, Echo.
Huh?
Please, I am
What?
trying to study this creature. It is already its
Tried to
light
eat
has been extinguished.
Do you need samples or anything? Can we do anything?
Uh,
Can't do anything when
Samples
she's
would be
like this.
excellent.
What samples would you like, Sable?
If you could cut the tentacle off at the base, possibly dislodging it with as little damage to the tentacle as possible.
Got it. Clean cut.
Give me a survival check.
And I will try to harvest the beak.
12.
Yeah, you do a pretty decent job.
I will
Give me
try
a
to
survival
harvest
check.
the beak. That's an 8, unfortunately.
And 8, you do a terrible job. You butcher this thing.
Oh,
you
oh,
get the beak
no.
in 2 parts.
No.
It's not good.
Oh.
Kind of crack part of the
Ruined
beak
it.
around one of the 7 nasal holes on a Grell.
I've ruined the beak. Oh, that's.
I wouldn't say ruined. You know, every cloud has a long life.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure what that means either. Can you specify?
This is clearly not a cloud.
Well, it's a
Definitely not a cloud.
it's a wise saying that I read in a book.
In a book.
Mhm.
Kind of book.
I think often when you
Wise
try
book?
to make statements such as this, you often choose ones that perhaps could be used in other cases, but not the case that we are currently on.
Oh,
So you're gonna study this thing, and you're gonna stand there, and while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and sneak around this corner and see if there's anything over there real quick, okay?
just be careful.
All right. I like to sneak around the corner.
All right, you sneak around the corner. And
Why are you guys laughing? What happened? What the fuck did I miss?
PB is reading Jaden Smith tweets. Lol. The cloud. Every cloud lives forever or whatever. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's just a Jaden Smith thing. It sounds like one of those bullshit tweets that he makes in all caps, or where he capitalizes everything. So you step around a corner. What you see apparently isn't on my screen either. You see a very small room now. It looks like the end of the cavern. It's a similar domed looking room, like a little igloo. Natural cavern again, but this time it's maybe only 15 feet across, 15 feet high. It's a little alcove almost. The tunnel is maybe about 20 feet, and it shrinks a little as you fly down. And there's this very small little room at the end, a little cave. At the center of the cave is a shadow, something that looks like a moving shadow at the very middle of it. You focus on it for a second, and it looks a little like a whirlpool, but of shadow in the very center of the room.
Oh shit.
Another hole similar to the ones that were in the oil.
Oh fuck.
Well, so I kind of fly back around the corner.
There's this really hey!
What?
Stop studying real quick.
What?
God dang, he's not even listening.
Sable, hang on.
I'll just tell you, let her do her thing.
Oh.
There's you know, like when you go through the portals, you guys ever went through portal? You're a sorceress. You've been through a portal, right?
Well, actually, no.
Well, there's this portal in the other room. Looks like a shadow. You know, like the little swirlies it gets, and it spins in a circle, and you can go through it?
Okay, yeah.
It's one of those over there.
Oh. Well, let's wait till Sable's done collecting.
Hold on, what's this? I got an idea.
I've got tentacles and
Do
parts
you want to
that
put
I'm
them in my bag?
cramming into my bag.
Oh, okay. All right.
What is that?
Pardon?
Yeah.
I'm wrapping it in some paper that I have,
That's it.
Okay.
making a horrible mess.
Sable, did you hear that?
You hear what?
There's a portal of some sorts in the other room over here.
Found it!
What did you find?
I found it.
Found what?
Oh, I was just looking for my glass vial filled with colorful human nail clippings, that's all. What?
That's. What do you use
That's
those
very-
for?
What do you mean, what do I use it for? It's just mine, it's a collection. What's wrong?
I have pieces of monsters. Why wouldn't you
Yeah,
have
normal.
fingernails clippings?
Can I get one of yours?
No. I was just about to ask.
They're
if I could
getting a
borrow
little
mine.
bit long. You can have one of mine.
Oh, you serious?
I fly over and I.
Whoa. That's weird. You're weird.
What? Why am I weird?
That's
Is it
weird.
for study or what?
It's
do you
for study. Yeah, exactly. It's for study. It's not for study.
All right. I take my nail clipping off with a knife, and I hand it over to Echo.
I
Well,
watch
you just hand it
intently.
over, I move my
Echo
hand in.
actually puts it in his little. Oh my god!
Goes in a little jar. Close it up. Put it back in the bag. Go.
I didn't really expect to get another fingernail when we were in here, but that works perfect. Hey, I'm very curious what's in that portal over there, and I don't know why, but my curiosity is telling me to go in it.
Well, you know what they say. Curiosity killed the mole.
I've never heard that before. I haven't really known very many moles to be curious. I suppose that
Yeah, me either. I guess.
could be a possibility. Maybe
Well,
we should throw
someone wise said it once, so it must be true.
Maybe we should throw something in and see what happens.
Yeah, like maybe your collection of nail clippings.
Excuse me?
Just throw that in there.
What'd you just say?
I said you should throw your.
I start buzzing around her head with my little thorn needle.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop
I'll
it!
stab you right in the
No, you
eardrum.
settle down.
I have some
Ow!
fish jerky.
I
that-
fly and I hit the ground.
Just a little bit of fish jerky.
Mm.
Throw it in.
God damn it. Ouch.
I'd like to use one of my fish jerky rations to throw into the portal and to see what happens.
Yeah, so you guys go into this little room and then look down into the hole, and you can see down. The mist that's swirling appears to sort of be creating a hole. Fucking Dormammu,
It's
I've come to
the-
bargain style.
Like the oil.
The mist is kind of just is like a shadowy mist that's moving in a circle, and you can see down into the bottom. All you see down there is what looks like a cave, but not made of ice this time. It looks like normal stone. There's a few things down there, just like rocks and random, pointless, natural-looking protrusions. At the center, however, you see a small golden ring. It's glowing. And it's letting off a light around it, and it lights up the rest of the cavern, allowing you to see the rest of the cavern. There's nothing else in
Wow.
here that you can see. It probably leads out a little further.
A physical ring, Brad?
What looks like a very small physical golden ring at the very center, glowing lightly, and it's about 20 feet down, and you can still throw a thing in if you want, if you do that
Oh.
to test it.
Hold on.
I'm
Don't
going-
throw anything in.
I'm placing fish jerky.
Hold on.
ration. I'm tossing it.
Hold on. No.
Wait. Hold on.
Hold on. I got an idea.
What's your idea? I also have an idea.
What's your idea? You tell me first. I'll tell you second.
I was gonna light this fish ration, and then when we throw it down, we'll be able to see everything on the way down.
Well, we can. There's a ring in there.
You can already see
Sort
everything.
of.
Yeah, it's only 20
can
feet
see
down.
Do you remember her name?
Sable's
Huh?
name?
Sierra? No, her name.
I start taking off my bag.
What are you talking about?
Her name? Remember? And I
Whose name?
hand out the bag while I'm flying to her.
Okay.
take it. Hold on to it. Now, who are you supposed to give this to if anything happens to me?
I told you I wouldn't remember.
Jesus Christ.
Sable, what was the name?
You remember
Who
the
am I
name?
supposed to give this to?
Lorana.
Was it
Close
Lorena?
enough. Liliana. It's fine.
Liliana.
Anyways,
Okay.
I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna get that ring because it would look really good in this bag. So, you guys stay
You're
here.
gonna go steal that ring.
I'm gonna go get that
But
ring.
it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the people who hired us.
Well,
right?
that's between us, isn't it?
I don't think that would be a good idea, Echo.
I mean, we did give our word, and they are paying us money.
Yeah,
We're
gave us
just-
their word, but they're not gonna. Who's gonna miss one little gold ring? You know how good that would
I
look
mean, they
in
were-
my bag?
I mean, it wouldn't look good in your bag because you can't see through
couldn't
the bag.
see through the
He starts
bag.
air walking backwards with his hands behind his back.
Now listen here. Listen. It's a bag. It's one ring. Nobody's gonna miss it.
Be careful. You might fall through there.
He's still walking backwards.
Oh.
With his hands behind his back. And as he gets over the edge, now you guys just make sure Liliana, remember her name is Lily. Oh shit, what's her name, Liliana? Fuck, I don't remember. It was a one night stand. Anyways, I go straight down for the ring.
It was clear that he was going to do that.
Yeah, I kind of knew, but I was also curious to see what would happen when he went down in there. So I figured we could just let him do that.
As was I. Just to be clear, I have Grell tentacles and bits and things hanging out the back of my bag. I'm going to peer
we're here for the monsters, for sure, for your research.
I'm wanting to see what happened to Echo.
I get close to the ring and I use Mage Hand to try to pick it up when I'm within reach of Mage Hand to pick it up.
Ooh, I don't know about that. We're gonna have to come back to that in a minute. Sierra, roll me a d12.
Oh boy. 2.
2 minutes pass. You look down. You can't see anything going on. You can't see Echo. You don't see anything other than the ring, the cave below. As soon as Echo goes in, it's like they go underwater. There's a ripple.
And then nothing.
And then nothing. 2 minutes pass. What do you want to do?
Where did he go?
I don't know. I don't see him. This is why I wanted to send the light down. We don't know what happens the moment you go through this
Throw
thing.
fish jerky down there, but he decided to go in. He always does this kind of thing.
I know.
Well,
Do we want to just? Did we want to throw a rope down there for him?
I used my rope in the other place.
Well, I have rope.
Well,
the only one.
why don't I try and throw some fish jerky down there?
Okay. Do you want me
see
to?
what happens?
Do you want me to light it so we can see where it goes?
Yes, it couldn't hurt.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt. Okay, I'm gonna use light. Just
And the
grab
fish
it.
jerky and throw it in.
Turn on, yeah.
Yeah, you throw it in. It hits the top of where this smoke mist is, and just you see the fish jerky light fall and land next to the ring. Ding, 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 ding. And roll off.
Don't understand.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, if we used normal means of deduction, we could assume that the same thing would happen to the fish jerky that happened to Echo, but I don't see him.
I guess we have to go in there.
Well, he did use an invisibility spell before. Do you
Yeah, maybe
suppose-
he's invisible.
Maybe
Is he playing a trick on us?
he has been known to do such.
It's
things.
not funny, Echo. Well, we could also let them know that this is here. Maybe they know how to deal with it.
Well, he is our friend. I feel bad if we left him.
Well, we're not leaving him permanently. We're getting assistance.
Get some help. It would
Maybe-
be smart.
Maybe they're smarter than we are. Not than you. Just me. You're very smart.
I'm not. I just like to study things.
I think we should just go in there. I
I
mean,
hope I can be smart.
we're
one
like
day.
the fish jerky. What if he's in some other place? Do you want me to throw
I
something else in
suppose
there?
I could take notes and I could go down.
Well,
with
if
the
you're
rope.
going in, I'm going in with you, and we should tie the rope around us together so we stay together.
But if we tie the rope together, then how are we going to get down?
I mean, it's not far. We just
We
jump.
jump down and we tie the rope to each other.
That's not the smartest idea. Is it?
Counterintuitive.
Okay, all right. I didn't think that through all the way. All right, I guess
We could.
I'll just
I'll
throw
go
the rope
down
down
first.
Okay.
You tie it. You can tie it. Is there a stalagmite around?
Yeah, is there one actually?
Yes. A nice, strong-looking, sturdy one.
Oh my god. Okay, well you should probably tie it. I really
All right.
can't.
I'm going to tie the rope around the stalagmite and get ready to tie around the other end around me and lower myself down.
Okay. Yeah, you tie the rope pretty well and round yourself, and then how do you approach the?
I'm going to approach the smoke stuff and sort of dip the edge of my boot. Well, it would be my big toe because I'm a halfling. Just kind of see what it feels like first.
What's happening?
You put your toe in, and it's like putting your toe underwater. It feels liquid for a moment, and doesn't feel any different though. You just feel like it feels like there
water.
is something there, but like not what you expected.
Do you want me to write this down for you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'm on it. Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to take out my soggy pieces of paper and my ink and my quill. Say, yes. So take notes as I go
Yep.
down.
I got it. Okay, I'm recording everything. Go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you. And I will start to lower myself down.
Yeah,
Lowering self down.
You lower yourself down, and it feels like lowering yourself into water is the best way to describe it. The odd scene below you of the ring and the cave ripples a little bit around you like water. You lowering yourself all the way in.
Yes.
Okay. You lower yourself in. The rope remains, and she is gone. What would you like to do, Sierra?
What? Oh no.
You're all alone now, Bridget.
Oh. I'm gonna climb down the rope.
You climb down the rope.
Yep. I'm
You
gonna put the crap in my bag, and then I'm gonna try to climb down the rope.
You begin climbing in. Again, it feels like lowering yourself into water. Let us rewind a little to when young Echo jumped in to this horrific place. Echo, you just right? You just dove straight in. Plop.
I went to try to go for the ring. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. You dive in. The scene below you, for a moment, is the scene of the ring in the center of a little cave. As soon as you hit that water, you realize that everything looks different, but kind of the same. You're hit by a bright light. The room is way, way brighter than it was when you were looking at it from that odd view outside of the mist. And you dive in, suddenly there's a bright central light. It is extremely bright, and this place is extremely hot. It's like super hot instantly. You fly downwards, and you can feel an energy pulsing up from the center of this room, but this is not the room that you could see from up there, but it is very similar. There appears to be kind of gray stone and kind of a gray flooring, that sort of natural looking stone. There are stalagmites that pierce the ground in various areas. You look outwards and it looks very dark in here. There's like a shadow. There's a constant mist on the ground. There's also like a set of ringed walls that are broken and old looking around a central ring. The ring is glowing, but it's also producing just energy, like heat, like a weird nuclear-like kind of heat. The air in this place is thick. It's kind of difficult to concentrate and to breathe in this place. What do you want to do?
Going for the ring.
All right. You just launch towards the ring. Give me a Constitution saving throw as soon as you come within 30 feet of this thing.
So I decide to stay 35 feet from the ring.
Nope.
16, baby.
16. Nice. Yeah, you weather the effects of the ring. You start pushing
done this
towards it,
before.
and the energy in this room is insane. It sucks the energy out from you as you fly. You can feel your wings not moving as fast as they should. You're being drained for sure. The area around the ring is difficult terrain. There's suddenly the sound of Sable. You look, as you're flying towards this thing, the air, the energy is weird. It's like being in a nuclear core. And you look to your left and you see a rope fall down, and Sable is coming down from above you. Sable, you feel the same energy. The thing is super hot in this room. It's completely different. You're in a winter coat.
It's a little bit mine.
What? Where are we? Is this some sort of... Did we go someplace else?
I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna get this good ring. And I'm still
Sierra,
going for it.
you start climbing down the rope as well. You see Sable about halfway down. You see this... I don't even know if you can see Echo. There is just a nuclear reactor in the center of the room, and there is a huge energy coming off this ring. Okay, so what do you want to do, Echo?
I want to check something real quick, but I'm still going for the ring, but I want to look at something real fast.
Okay, good time to roll me initiative.
Oh,
Oh God.
okay.
Just for everyone.
Yeah.
It's an 11 from me.
13.
Am I just blind? Oh, yep. Okay.
Playing a female character. I don't have a little thingamabob.
All right, Echo's turn. What do you want to do, Echo?
I'm going straight for the ring. I'm asphyxiated with trying to get this ring.
Alrighty, roll me 2d8.
2d8. 10.
All right, you take 10 necrotic damage.
I'd say I fly backwards then for sure.
Well, this is just for being in the immediate area as you started flying forward.
Okay.
This is all difficult terrain in here. Within 30 feet of this ring is difficult terrain, which means you have half movement in there.
I'd like to try something then.
But you can still do stuff. You started your turn inside this thing, which is what happened there.
I would say that I kind of like look at my arms, and my arms like get like that like grayish dark color on them, and I'm like,
It's for sure burning your skin, yeah.
and I stop, and I'm like, gotta get the ring, and I take out my bow, and I want to whatever you want me to do, Brad, Dex, whatever it might be. I want to try to shoot straight at the ring, but I'm gonna take the where's it at? I know I have it in here. Oh, I have string. That's right. I would have string instead of rope, right?
Yeah.
So I have string, and how far away am I from that little thing?
25 feet.
25 feet. So I can still move closer to it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here real quick. 15. So that would count right there. Okay. So I'm gonna move within 10 feet of it. Right, 10 feet right there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tie that string to the arrow, and I'm gonna try to shoot it through the ring, so I can get the ring.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Wait, hold on. I want to step back real quick, Brad. You said I can still move, so I can technically move right up to that ring if I want to.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm just gonna do that straight
You
up.
have half movement.
Oh, we're at half movement. So let's see. That would have been.
You only have 15 feet?
Yeah, I have 15 feet in total. I think. No, I can get there. I'm gonna go right up to the ring and try to take it.
Okay. You roll on up that thing. You just probably you two coming down the rope. You see Echo flying, and he looks like he's struggling to fly towards it. Holds out 2 little hands towards this ring, which would fit nicely on a big person's finger. 2 hands. You grab the ring. You grab the ring. You have it. It moves.
How big is it compared to me?
You're 2 inches tall and probably the size of a finger, so it's probably like
So
a
it's
belt.
like.
Yeah,
So it's like
hula
I
hoop.
want to put it on as a belt.
It's a hula hoop. Yeah, you can.
Can I put it on as a belt, and then I'm gonna use a bonus action before I end my turn?
Yeah.
So it's 10 feet to move there. So just for good measure, I'm gonna move back 1 foot, or the 5 feet that I had left, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on like a belt, and then I'm gonna drink a potion with my bonus action. I'm gonna drink my
Alright.
last potion of healing.
Yeah. Give me 2d4 plus 2.
7.
How'd you work that out? Oh yeah, 7.
just added
7 HP comes back to you as you move away from the center of this area. The that like strange kind of energy doesn't appear to be coming from the ring. It's coming from just the center. It's too bright for you to make out whether there's something there or something underneath. There's just a energy that is pushing out from the center of this room. While you're near it, it is fucking you up. And you fly away from it. You have the ring around you. You are poisoned, for the record.
What poisoned me?
Huh?
What poisoned me? The missing the. Did I miss it?
You're just poisoned for being in the area. This is
Oh,
bullshit.
okay.
I didn't
I
make
just
this up. It's just bullshit.
I've never been poisoned before in this game. I have no clue how this works.
Poison means
This
that
is-
you have disadvantage on attack and ability checks, which is basically
Okay.
everything. And you feel like shit as you fly away from the center of this.
I mean, I got the ring. I'm
horrible
feeling pretty good.
energy. Sable, you are 10 feet in the air, hanging from a rope that just stops, by the way, in the middle of the air, 10 feet above you. 5 feet above you is Sierra. What do you want to do?
Oh, Echo. What are you doing?
I've got the goddamn ring, but I'm not. Like my skin looks black. From like, help me get back out of here!
Well, hurry to the rope. We'll climb back out.
You're muted. You're muted. You're still muted. And now
I
you're not
start
muted.
climbing back up the rope.
You climb up out.
Yep.
Okay. Sierra climbs up, and you see Sierra just disappear.
Oh.
Sable, what are you doing though?
I'm climbing up.
As well?
Yeah, I'm also keeping an eye on Echo. And sort of extending my hand towards him.
Okay. So you're climbing up 10 feet to like 5 feet towards the top, or 10 feet? 10 feet is out.
Yeah, and just before the
9
edge,
feet.
I'm extending my hand out for Echo.
Okay. Echo. Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
5.
5. Roll me 48.
Oh, fuck. All ones. Watch. Amazing. 15.
15. How much HP do you currently have?
15.
Echo is flying towards you and then just falls. The weight of the ring just, and you see the limp small form of Echo just ting and roll yeah, somewhere. Sable. Your turn.
Echo? Oh. Can I judge if I know if he's, well, if he's still alive?
Give me a medicine check. Seven. very
So-
hard to tell. The light is like fucking with the area. There's like these pulses of energy, and it makes that kind of like heat mirage effect. You just see him
Echo?
flying, and then he fell though.
Echo?
He doesn't look good.
Sorry, Echo. Climb up.
You climb up. You climb up. Echo. Give me a death saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
That's a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Echo. Give me a death saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Oh no.
3.
That's a 3.
Another one.
Give me a death saving throw with disadvantage,
crit
please.
one.
That is a natural 1.
On the third one.
Echo, you are dead. You are reduced to fuck all. You're slowly melted away by the influence. You see the ring. We see the ring. No one else sees the fucking ring. Slowly return as if very lightly magnetized to the center of the area. Back up in the cave, Sierra, you climb up out, followed by Sable, and you fall to the side of this mist. Looking down, you see the ring in the center of the misty circle there.
Wait, what? Sable? Where's Echo?
He didn't make it.
Wait, what do you mean he didn't make it? He can fly.
It looked like he passed away. He fell. I couldn't get him.
Okay.
I didn't have any spells left.
I shouldn't have left. I could have helped. I'm sorry.
He always did things like this. I guess it's what he would have, or the way that he would have wanted to go, trying to get something shiny.
Well, he did get it. The shiny thing, that is.
We'll have to let Lillian know.
Liliana?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think that was her name. Close enough?
I was hoping after he died that I could have studied him. It's very unfortunate.
Well, I mean, the rope, would you like me to go? I mean, I
Don't
could.
know if it's safe.
Well, it's probably best that we don't then. We'll find you something else to study. I'm sure there's lots in this cave. Cheer up.
I don't know if I can. But we talk to the miners, or the people looking in here, at least we can tell them what we found, and maybe they can live. If they come back in here.
Yeah.
That's why I do all this research. It's to try and help people.
I know you do. You're gonna be okay.
I look into the pool again, and I take out my I asked for my quill back from Sierra.
Yeah, sure, of course.
They Echo, this is one of my favorite things. It was shiny to me. And I'll leave this behind for you. I toss the quill into the...
It disappears. You can see it. It lands as if it was on the ground in the place. Lands next to the ring, illuminated by the glow.
I bite my fingernail. Lick it into the pool.
Same thing. I mean, you probably can't see that. Throw it in.
You have it.
Then what do you want to do?
She has the bottle.
I walk away.
Abandoned mission.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
the two of you head back out. It's pretty easy going. You maneuver your way back through the caverns, past the Grell, over the bridge, around the oil, down the long tunnel, and back out into the frozen wastes. When you head out, you see those tents off to one side a little ways over, and you can see a few men there too. They kind of, as soon as they see the two of you approaching, they speak to one another and they gather one another, and you see the archaeologist that greeted you and sent you in walk over to you. He strides over to where you are and says, "The ring, do you have it?"
No. Why would we?
Yeah, you told us that anything we found was to be left for you.
Did you go into the box? Into the room?
Yes, we did.
Fine. He begins to sing a sweet song.
Why are you singing?
The song is instant and strange. You feel an energy pulse outwards from this archaeologist. He walks away from you and you feel weak very quickly.
Oh.
The song
Stable?
feels like it's pushing on you, like it's entering into your ears, hurting your ears for a moment. Both roll me a death saving throw, please.
Eight.
So 3.
One fail. You struggle against this song, but you find yourselves kind of paralyzed, barely able to move, helpless, as this man continues to sing this song, moving away from you, stepping away from you, the air around him moving. Roll me another death saving throw, please.
What?
It feels as if it's tearing through the inside of your ears, like it's burrowing like razor blades towards your brain.
17.
It's 9.
2 fails for Sable, 1 fail, 1 mate for Sierra. The song bursts your eardrums, Sable, and suddenly you don't hear the sounds of the ice The snow, the song itself is gone, but the sound of it pushing into your brain continues. He's moving away as you're brought to your knees, both of you. Give me death saves.
It's a natural 20.
Natural 20
5.
and a fail from Sierra. Is that 3 for you?
No, 2.
2.
1 success.
Sable, you stand up. Struggling against it. You can't hear anything as you feel the blood run down your cheeks from your ears. Your vision dimming and blurring. He turns and looks at you. His face is different. He doesn't seem like this kind of dumb archaeologist. He's got something else going on. He's clearly singing, but you can't hear anything. He smiles at you and looks at you. Make me death saves again, you two.
Can we do anything?
It's a 13.
You can do death saves. He's impressed with Sable, that's for sure. He carries on walking away. Is that 3 fails for you, Sierra?
Mm-hmm.
You fall down into the snow. Sable, you see her as you struggle again against this sound.
Draw my longbow and I shoot him.
Yeah?
Yes.
Give me a strength save to try and draw your longbow against the most amount of pressure you've ever felt against your arms and your legs and your body as you stand, the waves of
17.
energy over your body. Give me an attack roll.
A 12.
12. You bring your arms with a struggle to your side. You bring up the longbow, you knock an arrow, launch it, and it just sails past him to one side. Give me another death save. The song is now clawing at your mind. You can still
16.
hear it. Your very being is being tested. You forget your name. You forget your hometown. You forget the face of your father. Give me another strength save.
18.
18. Give me another attack roll.
21.
That was a hit. Give me the damage.
10 piercing.
The arrow, you pull it up, launch it. It strikes this elven man, cuts his cheek open, and it's deep. You see this wound, and he shouts, he screams. You feel the insides of your head ripple and break. Give me another death save.
4.
Oh.
The song begins to boil your blood and you choke on hot blood in your mouth. It rushes from your nose, bursts out from your eyes. Give me another death save. As he starts to walk towards you, his mouth wide open, odd ripples moving around. You can't see anything but him.
10.
Give me a strength save.
7.
The strength save is to try to stop the longsword which goes into your stomach at this moment. You look down, you see the blood run over your own hands. He lets you go as the sky comes into your vision as you fall backwards. You don't feel anything as your body breaks, your mind is gone, your body is obliterated, and for both of you, your very souls themselves are torn apart. We see this figure step away from where he's left your bodies. He walks over to one of the other men here and says, "Get me a bandage and send for another ship." And then he walks into a tent. There's a man behind him that bows deeply, pulls up a hood over his head and says, "Yes, Death Singer. Anything for Praeterita." He turns away and heads towards the cart that you came in on. And that brings us to the end of Iridir's terrible tale.
So what you're saying is there's a death singer in our campaign. Fuck.
Iridir finishes his tale. He looks around. Rin is asleep. 19 is asleep. Drift
She
is
slept
asleep.
through this fucking story?
this story wasn't that canon. Iridir's version was a little different. We saw the memory. We saw the truth. We saw the glass of time turn. Iridir told some tale about these people that went to try and find an artifact in an ancient
May I?
cave. Yeah, sure.
And that's when Sable and Echo and Sierra walked free from the cave. Echo wearing the ring proudly around his waist and hiding it as best as he could from the man outside. Of course, every one of us, or every one of them, knew that he had absconded with the ring. And they were paid for their wonderful work inside the cave. And the group began further expedition, learning many ancient secrets in this place. And their friendship blossomed further for years to come.
19's eyes open.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I missed almost the entire ending there. I was.
It's very rude, 19.
I look over at Rin.
She's snoring.
I don't sleep. I just meditate. I'm listening. My eyes are closed. I'm listening. Something, friendship,
You know what? Forget
eternal.
it. I'm just going to bed.
What? Whoa, what was the last part? Did you hear it? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, like friendship is the key to everything or something. I don't know.
What happened to the ring in the fairy?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was a fairy in the
Weren't
story.
listening?
No,
I mean, he does tell a lot of stories.
tells a lot of stories.
Good night.
Good night, hero.
Night.
And that brings us to the end of the tale. For canon's sake, Iridir knows nothing of Praetoritor. He has never heard the name Death Singer, and only knows this tale as being told of these adventurers that went off to some icy place, and they went and got to try and get a ring, and apparently the ring made it back, I guess. So they must have been right? Something like that. I don't know. And then Iridir embellished the whole thing. Eerily close to the truth, but not close enough. Death Singer added twisted scar across right cheek.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Thank you very much for watching this wonderful Merry Christmas. You guys did a really great job of just taking some random characters and bringing them to life and making them really interesting. I almost didn't want to kill them at the end.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun.
Super good.
And they were good characters.
I want to say
I
stuff,
played
but
that
I
character
can't.
to a T.
So you better end the episode. So that
Welcome
I
to
can
my
say
life.
what
I have so much shit written down. I just want to say it all. I can't wait till the end of this
Oh
series so I
my
can just be like,
God, you
and
guys."
this, and that, and this happened. The life of a DM is a difficult one, boys and girls. You gotta learn how to bite your tongue so badly. Anyway, let's do a round of shout-outs so that you can all go and give these wonderful people Christmas gifts of subs and bits and follows and love. Let's start with the first to die, Echo, aka Tiger Ray.
Hello, my name is Echo. If you want to follow me, it is a twitch.tv/tigerwriter. You can watch me on Wednesday through Sunday at 3 p.m. PST. And if you're feeling very delightful in your Christmas, you can also go to twitch.tv/tigerwriter/subscribe if you're feeling really good. Yes. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Also, do you want to tell them an item that you had in your bag?
Which one? There's
The one that would have helped so much.
oh yeah. So I forgot. You know, it's funny. I was reading over it before I went down there. I had this item. I had goggles, and while wearing these goggles, you can increase your flying speed by 5 feet for 1 minute once per day.
Oh.
I forgot I had those. It would have been such an epic moment too. Like, and he takes down the goggles.
That would have helped a little.
I had spare the dying.
I
so
knew that I was
if I
dead
had been in there.
when I rolled that saving throw, and it still did 18. What was it? How much damage did it do?
A lot. Too
Did a
much.
shit ton the first time. I was like, if I don't make one of those Constitution saving throws, I'm fucked.
It's a bullshit little trap. I took some of the things here from a module, which is not a module. It's like a thing that I downloaded that's really fun to run through, but it's for a much higher party, and I've never been able to run it properly. So what I did was I pilfered things from it, and I'd like to tell you. I'll take this opportunity to tell you now what it's called if you're interested in it. It is called The Low Crater. It is by Winghorn Press, and it is a 6th level adventure for D&D 5e. It's about going into these caves with all these kobolds and stuff. I took everything from it and just completely remodeled it to fit or whatever. But it's a really, like, the stuff in it I've always wanted to run. And this seemed like a good opportunity to take some of those things. So that main thing there, I think I took from that. Or maybe I took that from the meteor thing, actually. I can't remember. I think it might be a radioactive meteor or another adventure. Wait, what one was that one?
Final Fantasy 7.
There's Final Fantasy 7. What is it called? What is it called? Hold on. Mutants of the Vast Swamp by no one, apparently. By Travis Legg, J.M. Wowak, and Heather Shin. Mutants of the Vast Swamp has this nuclear fucking meteorite in it with and you can't get close to it. So I thought that would be cool if you had this ring. I had a lot of lore around the way that thing worked. There's a reason that Death Singer at the end referred to it as a room, as a box instead of a room. So see you on the flip side. Maybe the main party will encounter something similar and have to do it as well. Who knows?
We read our books, then
Maybe. PB, where can
Yes.
people find you during the week?
here on Tablestory.
Where else?
Also on
Give us your
Pumpkinberry.
address.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Twitch.tv/Pumpkinberry and Twitter, the same handle. Thank you.
Don't you do a podcast?
Yeah,
I do. Oh, bless you. I do a podcast. It's called The Deep Dive. You can find us at thedeepdivecast.com. Thank you, Wack.
Mr. Wack Steve-O.
Happy Socks and Underpants Day, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your socks and underpants like I did. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us. Much love to you. Thanks for being with us on Christmas, the holiday that so many people celebrate and we generally don't care about. We're here playing some D&D because we love D&D and we love each other in a highly sexual way. Yeah, so thank you for joining us today. We got a ton of stuff going on Tablestory. It's the end of the year coming up, but that doesn't mean that it's the end of shows. In fact, if you hang out on the Discord, and you might have noticed that there is some shenanigans happening there. I'm just there's a little hint there. You might want to hang on to your butts in the coming weeks because we got a lot of stuff going on. If you missed the announcement on Friday, PB has joined us as an official Tablestory GM.
Hello,
and,
hi.
Yeah, she's going to be starting a show up soon, so make sure you
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Yeah. So.
And that brings us to the end of today's tale. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it's really not necessary watching, but I think it will help
What?
It will help to enhance the experience as we continue with the main story. Next week, we will return to Rosegard to the future. That was in the past. We'll see what's going on with Drift and all of that stuff that went on there with 19, with Iridir, and with Rin Honestone, if that is your real name. It's not. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and have
Merry
a
Christmas.
wonderful rest of your Christmas day. Or if you're me, Tiger, or Whack, Tuesday/Wednesday. Peace out, everyone. Thanks for watching. Whack out. Bye.